Yo, yo, yo! What is going on, guys? And welcome
to a Sunday evening.
Yep, to the Spa Belgium Formula One watch-along.
First race after the silly season.
Yep, so we've had our mid-season break. We've now returned, and we are back with... Spa. So...
Infamous.
Spa.
En Rouge. Amazing.
Spa has a bit of an interesting history, I want to say, over the last couple of years.
It's a fairly old track, so it sort of makes sense.
So going back like a couple of years, obviously, first of all...
How many years is a couple of years?
Oh, ShamWow Life. I, first of all, used to just always credit ShamWow with his...
That's a classic name.
With his name, always. But a couple of years ago, obviously, we had Antoine Hubert die in Formula 2.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to Mittens. Stop scratching my damn couch. Rest in peace to, obviously, Antoine. And then obviously the very next day, Charles Leclerc went on to win his very first Formula One.
Oh, when something like that happens to you, like, you get put in a position.
We had the rained out race where they did maybe four
it was
laps.
The bare minimum amount of laps to call it a race.
Yeah.
No one gets a refund. Everyone go home.
So it's interesting about that. So like half points were awarded at Spa. You think the championship came down to like Lewis and Max were equal points going into the last race.
It could have changed everything.
It could have completely changed the whole championship. But last year, obviously...
I gotta open the door so I can get out.
Yeah, sorry, we just gotta let the cat out.
Oh, yeah, come on.
I'll
give you a little crack to get out.
So, this year I think has also been very, very interesting as well, because we've had the qualifying order where we've had so many penalties applied.
Six penalties this race?
Yeah, it was six different drivers have received penalties, and Valtteri Bottas received a 20 grid penalty.
Yeah.
So he went to the back of the grid, then everyone's penalties get applied, and
then gained 6 positions.
Fall in behind Valtteri. So Max Verstappen has a penalty. Charles Leclerc has a penalty. Esteban Ocon has a penalty. Lando Norris has a penalty. Guan Yanzhou has a penalty. Michael Schumacher's son, Mick Schumacher,
big old penalty,
has a penalty. And then obviously Valtteri Bottas, he has a penalty, but it's a 20 grid penalty. It's not a start from the back of the grid penalty. So
no one's having a good time this race.
First in the championship, Max. Second in the championship, Charles. Or Charles could maybe be third. I'm pretty sure him and Checo are really, really close. I couldn't.
Damn, I didn't think Perez was that though.
I believe it is Charles a little bit over Sergio. But so you have Sainz pole position.
Yeah.
Perez second, and Alonso third.
I'm very happy about Alonso third. I hope that he stirs the pot a little bit up there.
Well,
because he's a good driver.
The Alpines have really strong power units. Straight line speed is their advantage. The Mercedes seem to be a little bit down.
Yeah, we're not too sure if they're going to be able to deal with their straight line speed right now. Yeah. Just because their aero has been a bit funky.
So you would assume if everything through turn 1 is okay, there isn't any majorly big mishaps or anything like that you would have the Ferrari and the Red Bull out in front having their own race.
Yeah.
You got the other two fastest ones, Charles and Max, coming through the field, while you've got hopefully the Alpine holding off the Mercedes while the other two are coming through the field.
Yeah, that's honestly, that'd be an ideal race.
So at the moment, at the starting point of the race, it's simply what we need to do is Red Bull needs to limit damage control, try and get Max as many points as possible over Charles. Don't try any heroics.
Perez to win.
Perez should
win.
there's no reason he couldn't. It's
the
battle of the number twos.
In my soul, he should win. Battle of number twos? Oh, yeah.
Perez versus Sainz. The two number one drivers.
That's good.
You know.
But then again, they didn't get the engine swap.
Obviously, Alexander Albon starting in 6th position.
Throwing a curveball in there.
Once you get... I mean, to be fair, he still got his own car into Q3.
Yeah, no. He did work.
Like, if there was any time to try to get into a Q3 to get the advantages of all the penalties...
it'd be now, really.
And the thing that's really, really interesting as well is that he did set a
He set the best first sector.
Yeah.
Yeah. Out of nowhere.
So does that mean that the Williams just happens to be running a low drag setup that allows them to get good top speed?
This man just flat foot through En Rouge and just did not care.
Yeah, didn't lift.
Yeah, no lift. He had balls of steel.
And the thing that doesn't make sense is that there's no way he could have gotten like... So you know how when Sainz was doing his lap, Charles got
a bit of toe? Yeah, no, the other Williams
Alex was the GOAT. Latifi, he's never getting out of Q1. But Alex was on his own, so he must have just... I don't know, he must have just maybe timed it so well and got
got a natural toe.
Great toe down the line.
No, that could be it.
So we are 25 minutes away from the start of the Grand Prix.
We're just in formation, chilling.
We are, not far from the formation lap. Now, I am curious to get your top 3 predictions for the end of the Spa 2022 Grand Prix.
Why wouldn't you? Now, I had some 3 in my mind, but I've sort of tossed it up a little bit. My number 1 is obviously going to be Perez.
Big Perez fanboy.
My boy, my favourite, my boy. Perez will be in the lead. Now, second, just because of where they're situated and what's happening with the race, I think Carlos might have something here. I think he might come in with a nice second. And third, you'd assume to be one of the top dogs because they're going to be creeping up. Because of the large penalties and whatnot, I'm just giving them benefit of the doubt. I reckon Max is going to be third. That's my 1, 2, 3. Perez, Carlos Sainz, and then Max Verstappen.
So Max is going to pass through the entire field, get his foot onto the podium, and the 2 boys that are currently out in front are going to have...
They're going to be battling the entire race, but that is where it will end. Sort of want Alonso to be up there too, but you can't have everything.
So you genuinely believe that Max can get through the field?
I genuinely believe that Max Verstappen will get through the field.
I agree with you. I somehow, oddly, weirdly, am going to put Max down to actually winning this race.
That's fair. He is the golden boy.
It shouldn't happen because there's no... Like, he needs something favourable to happen.
Well, you never know what's going to happen on that first corner.
True. And so here's another interesting thing as well. Like, going into... Anyway, just quickly, my 3 is Max...
Yep.
Perez, Sainz.
Of course. Why would it not be Perez second?
Yeah, I think somehow Max would just end up in front of him.
Yeah.
And Sainz third. But no, so here's the other interesting thing about Spa as well. So a couple of years when we were actually racing, whoever generally gets pole position, or whoever is the front car going
they have a better start
on Rouge will generally get slipstreamed and passed down the straight. So whoever's normally in second, which is where Perez happens to be,
my boy,
is actually sometimes regarded as the better starting position on this map, on this track, simply because you get that big slipstream down the straight.
That makes sense, and I could see that happening. But my biggest concern is what's going to happen around that very first corner. Now we've seen it get hairy. I think in 2019 or so, like everyone's flying off the track.
Yeah.
And it's changed a lot now. You cannot fly off the track here now. You'll get stuck in the gravel.
Well, yeah, you used to have a massive runoff with lots of concrete.
Big old tarmac off run, which was like twice the size of the actual track.
Yeah, it was a massively wide runoff corner.
Now it's gravel straight off of the bumper.
Pretty much off the apex.
Yeah.
Off the outer apex.
Outer apex.
But the thing is as well is like if you don't carry momentum through sand in a Formula 1 car with the plank on the bottom and the way they're designed,
bogged.
Yeah. So you've got to carry speed.
You could see some people get kicked out in the first round just from getting bogged out.
Yeah. Well, look, hopefully they keep it clean, they keep it tidy, they at least get through the first corner. The other thing that's a little bit interesting about Spa as well, because it is 7 kilometers to do one lap.
There's not that many laps.
It is a 2-minute a lap track. You know, you got to think there are some tracks like the Red Bull Ring that they can do a lap in almost a minute.
Yeah.
So if I'm not mistaken, it's only about 39 laps for the race.
That's a short amount of laps, but yeah,
long distance.
They're going to be out there for a while.
The other thing,
hards will be utilised.
I'm not 100% sure what compounds they've gone for. So you know how you have your hard, your medium, and your soft?
I do know how you have your hard, your medium, and your soft.
Are you aware of the 5 tyre range that floats through?
5?
Okay, so there are actually 5 tyres in Formula 1. There's called a C1, C2, C3, C4, and C5.
Okay.
Now, for some weekends, the hardest compounds, the C5, C4, and C3, may be the soft, the medium, and the hard. Some other tracks, it may be the C1, the C2, and the C3.
That makes sense.
So that hard tyre might be a soft tyre at a different track.
Yeah, I'm hoping that on a track like this, that's mainly about endurance, the hard tyre will be the hardest tyre.
So you would assume they've brought the C3, the C4, and the C5 because in previous years they used to have a purple lined tyre and another lined tyre.
Ultra softs and whatnot.
Yeah. But people, because they used to use the full 5.
Yeah.
But people couldn't really follow up or keep up.
Well,
so
that's a fair bit to focus on.
They simplified it.
I can't count past 3.
By white, by just going white, orange, or white, yellow, and red.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. Most likely it's Spa. Like, it's going to be the hardest ones.
One other thing that's a little interesting about Spa as well is that because it is a 7-kilometer lap, if you get a puncture at the start or even in the middle, you have insanely, incredibly long, slow lap to get back to the pits.
Yeah.
Now, the pitting time on this track isn't...
This is a pretty long pit too, because you're coming around that
yeah, so it's a sweeping
corner.
left, sort of you go in. The pit, though, very much... And now, most pits, not all pits, but most pits generally follow the path of the track. For example, a track that wouldn't, Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, that goes under.
Yeah, obviously doesn't fit,
Yeah.
But no, I'd say Spa is pretty darn close to... It's essentially you get a wider line on... I mean, I guess every single pit you get one wide line and then one short line, but I don't think it's a crazily punishing pit. I don't think it's the type of track where...
Pitting is going to change.
Yeah, like
I don't know if you're going to see double pits though.
Yeah, I feel like the one pit strategy. It's a more common track to do the one pit strategy.
Because you would go either softs or mediums to start and then hards to finish.
The other thing that's...
Unless something goes wrong, I don't see yourself changing a second time.
So I think a lot of people are going to go for the one stop. The other thing that's a bit tricky about this map as well.
But that is also an ideal situation.
Yeah, well, I mean, if there's an accident or something, you get
yellow,
and if there's a yellow,
yeah.
But, so, you know how back in the day, you used to be able to change your engine mapping on your Formula 1 car? So you used to be able to go up to beast mode for qualifying and everything like that. You used to be able to change the fuel ratios essentially on the car as you were going, but they changed it so that you have to run one singular
This makes things easier, really.
Fuel saving. So on a big track like this, again, where you are at
You're not going to put the Formula 1 car in eco mode.
No, but you're at 100% throttle for like 40% or 50% of this entire...
True.
Like, well,
it is
I think it's actually higher than that. It is a track that you are...
More on throttle than off throttle.
Majorly on throttle. So, yes, they are a fuel-saving technique of lifting the throttle up, rolling into the corners and stuff, but you're going to sacrifice time. But no, it is known a little bit for being a bit of a trickier fuel-saving track.
No, I get that.
You get one safety car, you're fine then, because you get those laps under...
Yeah, as you're just coasting.
Non-high RPMs, you're going to be fuel-saving.
That's fair. So let's move from the topic of Spa. We've got 16 minutes until the race starts.
Cover off a couple of other little things that have been happening in F1.
Audi.
Alright, so for anyone that might not know... I own
You're
an Audi.
A little bit of a fan of Audi.
I'm an Audi fanboy, and I have been telling people for a little while now.
A little while. Ever since you bought the Audi, you have been a fan of Audi.
and I've had that for a couple of years now.
Yeah, it has been that.
Everyone always asks me what team I go for, and I say they're not in Formula One yet. Like I don't have an actual
just
team.
Holding off.
But yeah, 2026 Audi Motorsport.
Yeah.
Joining Formula One. From my, I do need
and
to
Oscar's
get.
going to drive for them.
Probably not. That would be a dream lineup for me. If I was to have Oscar Piastri driving for Audi, like a driver I've watched since Formula 3, who I've actually watched. He's Australian.
He's like a child to you.
And it's my team.
Yeah.
That would be like perfect for me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Will it happen? Probably not. By the sounds of it, Audi's going to end up or land in the Sauber, Alfa Romeo.
Oh, yeah, okay. They're just going to scooch in
I think,
repaint the cars?
I think either Sauber is leaving or Alpha, or it's. I'm not 100% sure. And I wish I knew.
Are you telling me
they're
going to keep it at 20 cars?
I do not believe they are coming in as an entirely new entity. They are They have always wanted to come into Formula One
entity,
taking over another established team.
Yeah, that's fair. I believe they said they wanted to be like an engine manufacturer.
Yeah, but they kind of.
Regardless, they're coming in.
It's conflicting because there are two Volkswagen groups coming into Formula One with Porsche not being announced yet, but it's going to happen at some point where they're probably going to be making and developing engines for Red Bull. But it's going to be an Audi versus Porsche, which is like Red Bull versus AlphaTauri. You have two
of the same team.
Yeah, but
they will be their own warehouses, so technically...
it's not like Porsche and Audi haven't raced with each other before. Now, obviously, with Audi announcing that they are going to be joining in to Formula One, they have cut the Le Mans program.
They cut it?
So Audi only spend a certain amount on motorsport, and something had to go. Wow. And because they're in their electric... Well, they've cut the electric stuff as well, but they're still in like the Dakar Rally, Formula One, and I believe they're in like where the RS3s and the RS5, the GTs and stuff.
Yeah, okay.
And they're in manufacturing support with that. But something had to go.
Le Mans is a...
But see, the thing that I want to...
classic.
That's going to be quite interesting. So Audi have a history of very well over-preparing for things that they're going to enter in. And generally when they do enter into things, they win.
You reckon Audi's going to win in the first race they come in at?
No.
Or the first season they come in, do you reckon they'll win?
I think
yes or no?
No, Audi won't win a race in their first season.
No. Oh, a race?
No. Audi won't win a race in their first season. I think it would be at least...
Won't win in the first season.
Because of just simply how absolutely ultra competitive Formula One is.
I don't think you know. Like, they're announcing that they're coming in now in 2026. They're going to start researching. They're going to start doing R&D now.
They've already got the wind tunnels and they're doing the R&D. Like, Audi have been talking about joining Formula One since 2013.
I think you're talking them down.
I think you need to realise what happened when Honda joined Formula One recently.
What happened?
For the first 3 years they were back, they were like absolutely putrid. Now you think where they are, they're powering the Red Bulls to championships.
True, okay.
So it's, like I said, man, Formula One is the absolute pinnacle. It's not generally something you can just walk in and be like, bang. Yeah. Even Mercedes.
I'm here now.
Mercedes joined Formula One in 2010. They didn't do anything crazily dominant until 2014 when the regulations changed. So like even Mercedes came in and still did, 3-4 odd years of midfieldiness.
Yeah.
It takes time. It's Formula One. It's like walking into NASA and saying land on the moon on your first try.
Yeah.
Like
easy.
It's just not going to happen.
Makes sense. So it was really, when you think about it, we'll find out when we get there. In
2026, like honestly, it is still
4 years, 3.5.
It's still
technically
so far. It's still so far away. But it's still happening, and I still feel like I predicted it. I said Audi were going to come in. I mean, to be fair, like they've been talking about wanting to come in to Formula One now for.
Yeah, it's sort of shocking that they're not in there, really.
But Audi v Porsche. What do you think about? Because you're Sergio Perez, you're Red Bull, you are Porsche. And now it's tricky with you. You're a little bit Beamer, you're a little bit Porsche, but I would still say
if Porsche came,
BMW were in Formula One only 12 years ago.
I would sell a Beamer for a Porsche. That's for sure.
Yeah, I guess that's one way to distinguish which manufacturer you'd sort of land on.
Porsche is
Porsche
creme de la creme.
Nothing has officially been announced.
I like the idea of it, but yeah, everything's up in the air. Like no one said facts, so you can't really expect or predict anything that's going to happen. Especially Audi has said yes for 2026.
Yeah, but we're coming in with our own full chassis, our own full engine development. You guys are just going to be working with Red Bull in making an engine for them.
True.
So, I mean, but you guys are wanting to get a 50% stake in them or something. Like,
jeez.
And I think maybe the Red Bull racing team, potentially. I'm not 100% sure because
Red Bull?
Nothing has officially come out about what's happening. So it's still a little bit of speculation of sort of, this is how we're going.
That's fair.
Let's jump onto the topic of Daniel Ricciardo. So obviously, we are
been kicked to the curb recently.
We are watching the stream live. True. As it is live.
Yeah. We're watching it silent so that we don't get copyrighted.
10 minutes to go. So,
and we just see Danny sitting in the corner listening to the music.
It has been confirmed that McLaren will not be...
That they will not have Daniel as a racer at the end of the season.
Yeah,
he is out.
He won't be driving for McLaren next year. So...
And he has been doing a pretty cruddy job this season.
Yeah, but like a lot of people have kind of been saying, like, for example, Sebastian Vettel came out and said, I raced against Daniel Ricciardo at Red Bull and he actually beat me after I'd won 4 championships in a row.
Yeah.
You don't just forget how to drive.
The car wasn't set up for him.
I think it's the car.
Yeah.
But in saying that, like, he didn't blow anyone's hair back or anything at Renault. Yeah, he got a couple of podiums and they were building towards something. Then again,
it could have been... I don't want to say it could have been the same situation, but it could have just been like he didn't mesh with how the car's laid out.
Is it one of the worst decisions to have left Red Bull, or should he have stayed at Red Bull?
I don't want to comment on that because my boy Perez is now in Red Bull.
Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, I'm happy with where we're at now with Red Bull.
Perez never would have ended up at Red Bull had he not done that 20 to first.
Oh yeah, that was
like that
golden race.
That screams the amount of attention.
But I want to say like the opportunities that this allows Danny to have, because within that breaking of the contract, what was it? He isn't allowed to join another F1 team for at least a year.
Yeah, so if he races for another Formula 1 team next year, there's something about that Formula 1 team has to pay a portion of the buyout.
Oh.
So, for example, if they give him 10 million and McLaren just paid him out 21 million, they'd have to give McLaren 11 million. Which is the...
So I'm thinking, like, it's been thrown around in the air as well. Danny coming back to Australia and doing a little bit of the V8 supercars.
Well, I don't know where I saw it, but something along the lines of, I think it might have even just been in our group chat, but I've just seen it somewhere of Danny Rick and Sebastian Vettel in the V8 supercars.
Yeah.
Was that our group chat?
No, it was...
I saw it somewhere.
No, Perez.
No, because Perez would be having to do Formula 1.
He was in the V8 supercars. Because when they came to the Australian, it was the beginning of this year.
No, but I'm talking about Bathurst.
Doing Bathurst.
So when they race at Suzuka, Japan, it's the same weekend that Bathurst is on in the V8s. That's why I know it's a bit tricky to get some of the Formula 1 drivers over for Bathurst. But like, if Danny Rick decides to sit a year out, take his $21 million, not race, hopefully maybe...
Or just putt around in a V8 supercar for the hell of it.
Well, I don't know if he can. I don't know what he can race next year.
True. He has to keep racing something. Because it's like if you don't use it, you lose it type of mentality. Like he's got that's a year worth of doing nothing.
Yeah, but you've also got look at Kevin Magnussen. He went away from me. I mean, he went to IndyCar, but I just
but IndyCar isn't that much of a downgrade.
Don't know exactly where and who he can race.
Like even Romain Grosjean's in IndyCar.
But
Danny Rick. Well, regardless, like we'll tie it all up saying it's a sad situation that he's been put through. Oscar has stabbed him in the back a little bit.
Did he?
I don't know. Danny allowed an opportunity to be there. Oscar took the opportunity, and unfortunately, it was the worst case scenario for Danny. Sucks to suck.
So here's the interesting little thing as well. So Mark Webber is Oscar Piastri's manager.
I know, yeah.
What do you think the relationship between the three of them was like?
True.
Because
they're all Australian.
Do you think that when Oscar was in Formula 2, he had anything to do with Danny Rick? Did Danny Rick take him under his arm and help him to, being another Aussie? Is it like Daniel's been...
Do they have beers on a Tuesday?
Is it like Danny's been blunt to him and now he's like, oh, I've got to see now. Yo, Wolves v Newcastle. Let's go.
The Wolverhampton Wolves?
Wolverhampton Wanderers. Let's go. But yeah, like, I wonder what that relationship's like. Especially because it would have been Mark Webber that put Oscar into McLaren, which very well he would have known Danny was a contracted driver and he's just stolen his seat from him. Because Mark and Daniel Ricciardo were on the grid at the same time. They actually drove a year when Daniel was in, I think it was HRT.
How'd they go together? Wait, did they race like in the same team or just like...
No. Yeah, Mark was in the Red Bull.
Yeah.
Danny was in the equivalent of a Williams.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks. No, I haven't thought of it like that. And I'm not too sure how I feel about Mark now. If you think about it, Mark is the mastermind in that situation. And, quote unquote, stole Danny's position by but slipping Oscar in there.
I still got to admit, it is pretty cool to see that this is going to be our third generation of Australian in Formula 1. Like,
it's nice, yeah.
There are 3 races in America next year, and there's not even a single American.
Yeah.
There hasn't
like, America just has money.
Now,
ridiculous.
If I'm not mistaken, I do believe the last American driver's name was Max Speed.
Max, super. But Speed.
But yeah, how crazy is that, right? You got 3 races in America next year, not a single American driver.
Absolutely crazy.
No other country has 2 races in it. America has 3 races in it next year.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that comes from Drive to Survive. Because
of the
explosion.
I've heard it a lot as well. Like a lot of Americans that would get introduced through Drive to Survive and then they'd be like, oh yeah, I guess a race is on and have a squizzy of that too. But now that we're getting into the race, we gotta but tell everyone we're playing a game. We're not playing a game. We have a drinking game for when we're watching Formula 1.
You're more than welcome to join along if you want.
Highly recommend that you join along.
So obviously we are watching the live stream live as well. We can't show the stream because of copyrighting stuff. We do have.
But I hope everyone else has it as well.
In a couple of minutes, we do have the intentions to get some more information on the screen and stuff. We have figured it out, but we just didn't have the time to get the information and figure out how to get it onto the screen cleanly. But that will come. So
for the race, you pick 2 drivers. What are your 2 drivers?
2 drivers that I'm going to go, okay, to make this very, very interesting. I'm going to go with Max Verstappen. And I'm going to go with Mick Schumacher. Just quickly, though, I want to go through this. Starting in last, we got Yuki Tsunoda with Mick Schumacher. In 17th, we have Lando Norris. 18th, Guan Zhou.
He's getting his name worse and worse.
15th, Charles Leclerc. 16th, Esteban Ocon.
Can you go right to left, please?
14th,
Max Verstappen.
13th,
Valtteri Bottas.
You do right, I'll go left.
12th, Kevin Magnussen.
11th, Nicholas Latifi.
That's going to be...
Yeah, credit to him.
Yeah. Sebastian Vettel in 10th.
Lining up next was teammate Lance Stroll in 9th.
Pierre Gasly in 8th.
Danny Ricciardo coming in 7th.
Alexander Albon. Crazy how we got up into 6th.
George Russell, Mr. Saturday in 5th.
Lewis Hamilton 4th. Honestly forgot he was up there.
Fernando Alonso, the oldest man on the grid, in 3rd.
And then Sergio Perez in second.
And the man with the most perfect hair in Formula One.
Perfect hair.
Carlos Sainz.
What?
That's the running joke with Carlos Sainz. He has like the most immaculate, perfect hair.
Damn. Okay, immaculate.
But this is the 2022 Spa-Francorchamps.
Don't bother.
No,
my two. So for the game, my two races will be Sergio Perez, my boy, and Fernando Alonso. Now
You've gone for someone in third and second, and I've gone for someone in 20th and 19th.
But that's not the point. Now the point of this, the two people that you choose.
Max is 14th.
Whenever you whenever you see your person you have chosen gain a position or lose a position, you drink. If someone gets the fastest lap, you drink. If a Williams driver does anything, you drink. If there's if the race director comes in and says something, you drink.
That can't be applied anymore because you can no longer hear what the race director says.
It'll come up though in the top. The black and white.
Oh, I missed these. Sorry.
I didn't have the chat up.
No, I didn't. Sorry.
Oh, no. Hello, everybody, if there is anybody. Apologies. We're in formation lap. I hope everyone has KO and is watching along too. Unfortunately, we can't show it to everyone. Yeah, the live stream live. Is there a typo in it too?
Nah.
It's too late now.
I mean,
He's going to send it.
I could change it, but... Alright, so we are on the formation lap.
Did I get all those rules?
So pretty much the rules are pretty simple, okay? Just you pick two drivers. Every single time that driver overtakes someone or is overtaken, you have a drink. Every single time Williams does anything, you have a drink.
Because they don't do much.
We can't...
And that includes overtaking, getting overtaken, crashes.
We don't have the race director anymore because after what happened last year, they have removed anyone being able to talk to the race director.
Yeah.
Anyone that snags the fastest lap, you obviously have a drink.
Anyone.
And that's pretty much it.
And then if your driver does it, it's 2. Fastest lap.
Right.
No.
Just quickly, predictions.
Safety car's a drink too.
The circuit, Spa, is the longest circuit and has the greatest elevation changes in 2022. Yeah, 7 kilometers long.
Mm-hmm.
It is a very, very long track. But every single time we do one of these podcasts or live streams, we try a different drink. So this year, tonight, we've got 5.5%.
Cracking. Why is that the first thing you look at?
Because I'm curious to know if it's something that's actually going to do anything.
Kraken and cola.
Kraken and cola.
And I actually saw some ads for this in the Formula 1.
Kraken and cola, just to get an idea. It tastes very cola-y. Like,
quite nice.
Like straight up cola. Does it even have...
Do you even know what cola is?
Does it even have alcohol in it?
That sounds like an alcoholic.
No. The Kraken. I didn't mind it. It tastes like... You know how sometimes when you have a little bit of a weaker drink, you can...
Fuck off!
you can pick up if they use Pepsi or Coca-Cola.
It tastes like Pepsi.
Hey? Yeah. It's got the Pepsi Cola taste to it. So,
driver
Max Verstappen...
258.
258 points.
That's crazy.
Perez and Charles were only about 5 points between them, but Charles was slightly in front of him. AlphaTauri and Aston Martin are only separated by like 7 points. Last 5 winners: 2017 Hamilton, 2018 Vettel, 19 Leclerc.
We're not going to touch Formula E.
2020 Hamilton, 2021 Verstappen. So Hamilton is the only 2-time winner in the last 5 times. Otherwise, it's been a different race winner each time. We have got Carlos Sainz and Sergio Perez on the front of the grid.
It's going to be insane.
It is all coming down to this. The formation lap
Fernando
is over.
Alonso and then Lewis Hamilton in third and fourth is going to be something.
Yeah, it's going to be real. Formula 1 can confirm as well that Spa will be on the grid in 2023 because there was a big discussion about whether Spa was going to continue because Spa has been on the Formula 1 grid since approximately 1958.
I don't think Spa should ever go away. It's a historic race.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it.
All right, here we go. The formation lap is
set. Everyone's coming into the line.
Dusted. We're lining up. We got the last cars coming around now. Mick Schumacher.
Yeah, boy. Line. Safety car right behind him.
Are they going to get through the first turn with no incidents? Is Sergio Perez going to slipstream Carlos Sainz
up and
down the main straight?
Come on, let's go, baby.
All right.
Max and 4.
Safety car's coming. Lights are lighting up. 3, 2, 1.
He didn't even walk across properly.
Here we go. Green light. Everybody's off cleanly.
So
Perez.
He is going directly behind him.
Whoa, what is Perez doing?
That's some positions.
Whoa. Perez has gone ultra aggressive to the right, dropped straight down to 5th from the front row of the grid.
5th? That man's lost so many positions.
So the Mercedes and Alonso have jumped Perez at the start. Nothing. Everyone's gotten through though. Everyone's gotten through cleanly so far. Coming up down the main
Ferrari
straight.
is getting a gap.
No idea how the boys at the back in Charles and Max have gone.
Lewis is going to get Alonso there.
So there's some contact.
That's a bit of damage, surely. That's Lewis for sure. That was Lewis.
Oh.
Because that was Lewis on Alonso.
And that was
he was airborne.
There's an Aston Martin going off.
That has got to be some damage on the rear of that car.
Was it Lewis?
It was 100% Lewis, because it was Lewis trying to attack Alonso on the inside.
He got bunted, but he's still going.
Yeah, true. He's got to pit.
Something has happened. But
what is that coming off that car now?
That looks like that's the
Mercedes. Yeah.
All right,
he's got to pit.
Mercedes has got massive damage. It looks like the Red Bull is already. Oh man, god, this is getting sketchy. It is Lewis Hamilton, number 44. He's holding up the whole field. Everyone's getting banked up all behind him. Lewis is done. Lewis is out.
Is he though?
Sebastian Vettel.
He's down to 6
Sebastian Vettel is up to 5th.
Perez is back up to 2nd. How did he manage that?
Because of what happened with Lewis.
True.
So he got Alonso.
Oh my god, Lewis. He's out.
I think something has just majorly gone wrong.
Yeah, no, his rear suspension's definitely failed. I can guarantee that.
Lewis Hamilton.
That is ridiculous. He lifted up an entire car's height.
Here's an interesting thing I just want to throw to you to let you know.
Mm-hmm.
Carlos Sainz is on soft, Sergio Perez on mediums. Max Verstappen is up to 8th.
Carlos is
on softs. I don't know how long you can go on the softs. I didn't spot it at the start of the race.
I reckon 7 laps.
Yuki Tsunoda is the only one on hards.
Man's just never going to pit. No, we definitely did miss a couple in that first lap because it was hectic. What?
Alonso and Hamilton collision has been noted.
Race control can be a drink.
So we've got Charles and Max have already gone kabang.
Yeah, big time as well.
There's a little bit of damage or something on the road there. There's still massive hustling and bustling in the midfield.
Yellow flag. Where's
in
this
sector 3? That's before the finish line.
It must be parts off of of Hamilton's car.
So big squeeze out there. Oh! Who's that? That's
Latifi.
Nicholas Latifi. Oh my god. Can this guy not crash?
He just skimmed the gravel and spun out.
Valtteri Bottas. Bottas is bogged out. That's
bogged.
a safety car. That's a safety car. So
Bottas is bogged. Latifi spun out. So Latifi
just touches the sand.
Oh, he was a bit more than that.
And he clips Bottas.
Yeah,
back wheel
Bottas.
And Bottas just gets
he's bogged.
Oh, so that's a shame. Lewis is out.
That's gonna be a long.
I'm not too sure about Valtteri. This is gonna be
Valtteri is out. I saw him spinning his wheels.
Latifi
is not out though because I saw him get off the grass.
This would be a safety car.
Oh, absolutely.
No, I wonder how long this safety car will be.
Yeah, because there's 2 cars that are gonna get off the track.
Alrighty, so Alonso's back into 4th. Seb Vettel in 5th. Albon 7th.
Hectic.
That's so.
Your 2 not old school, but last year's Mercedes are out.
I'm disappointed to see Valtteri go out on something in no way, shape, or form was he involved in the battle.
And the fact that Latifi didn't get out for that, that's a bit rough.
Like, he wasn't battling; he was a bystander that just had his rear touched by the front nose. But what the hell was Sergio doing here?
He was trying to get
start. Look at that.
He's trying to get right in there.
So he's gone. He actually either had to really aggressively turn off to the side, or he was going to hit Alonso there.
Big time.
They got out all cleanly here. It wasn't
after
until
all that, nothing
Alonso
really bad.
and Hamilton made contact up at the end of the straight.
big contact too.
where Latifi has just made contact with Valtteri.
Mm.
But Carlos, see you later.
He's out of
You
here.
know, no worry about the slipstream. He's so far ahead that it's Lewis on. But see, I
look
want
at
to
this
see what
here.
he's
He's
gone.
gone. He's gone.
He's
for
gone.
it
He's in
on
front.
the outside, and
Alonso's
he
come
just cuts
back
him
around.
off.
Oh
and
my
Alonso's like,
God.
no, you can't cut me off there.
Do you have any idea how high in the air Lewis Hamilton's car just went?
I do know.
And
this is
my
a good
God,
POV.
I'm just thinking about his spine.
True.
Because this
There
went
is
like
no
well over
suspension.
the roll hoop.
Alonso's on
Bang.
the curb. There was nothing he could have done that.
Oh my God, his spine.
His suspension is
His-
gone.
But they don't have
He's still
suspension.
driving.
So he's
Yeah, he's
Alonso.
leaking something.
Yeah, what an idiot! Closing the door from the outside. I mean,
We had mega start, but this guy only knows how to drive and start in first.
that's some smack talk.
Man.
He almost went over the front.
What, flipped?
Look how absolutely vertical
Yeah.
his car goes here, man. He almost goes over.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he was not that far from it. Now, it never would have probably gone over because the bumper. But no, that is unbelievably...
Alonso's on the curb. There's nowhere more he could have gone off the track. And, god damn.
Whose fault?
Lewis, 100%.
Turns in.
Yeah.
Didn't leave him enough space.
Squeezed him out.
And then this is Latifi. A little bit, one
he just
wheel
hit
in
the
the
gravel,
sand.
spun out, and chipped him. And you can still probably see him in the corner there. He just does a little skiddy out of the grass.
Valtteri. Look,
That's so
not
upsetting.
involved in any way.
Yeah, and he's like,
was
I'm
probably gonna
safe.
pick
Do.
Just-
Oh my god.
Just the teeniest of touches, and because it's a sand trap,
Yeah.
he's never
done.
going to get out of it. Which is unfortunate, again, because Valtteri started the start of the year so good. He was...
Especially for where he's racing in as well.
And he's just got so much bad luck. What a way for Nicholas Latifi to throw that away. He was, I'm pretty sure, in a potential point scoring position, maybe.
Yeah.
Like he might have been about 12th or 13th.
He was doing alright.
Turn 7 incident involving Latifi, Ocon, and Bottas
Oh
has
my
been
God.
noted. The two Asties.
Oh,
Seb.
wow.
Seb.
He got pushed
Get
off
his
by
elbows.
Stroll.
No, other way around.
Oh, sorry. Stroll got pushed out by Seb. Jeez.
Well, this is Seb's home race. It's a Germany.
Get out of here.
It's the closest race that you get to Germany now. So it looks like
Ferrari is pitting. Makes sense. Everyone's going to pit right now.
anyone that's on the softs.
Yeah.
The car that's in first place was on softs.
Yeah, I know, but Perez wasn't.
Do you... Like, how Mercedes...
What are they going to swap to, though?
Alright, so, just a little lookie. Charles Leclerc had gained like 6 positions, but he's jumping into the pits. George Russell is up 2 positions into 3rd. Alonso has dropped a position to 4th. Sebastian Vettel has gained 5 positions to 5th. Danny Rick has gained a position to 6th.
What?
Alexander Albon has lost a position down to 7th. Max Verstappen's already gained 6.
They're just changing so much in these pits right now.
But we got Lewis Hamilton is out. Valtteri Bottas
That's
is
so upsetting.
out.
For how quick for it all to happen.
It was a day where Lewis could have absolutely made some damage in a championship. Now, obviously, Max is in a league of his own that I don't think anyone's really going to get near. But now, again...
No, but Max isn't up there. Max is 8th.
You won't win a championship on the first lap, but you can lose one.
Oh, yeah.
And
Lewis just did.
And, yeah, in saying that, Fernando does actually raise a little bit of a good point.
Yeah, he only knows how to race in first and start from first.
Yeah. I mean,
Lewis
is a good driver and he can go through the field and everything, but...
Alonso was, he was in the most defensive position. Not defensive, but, he was so far off the track.
How about
He
this then
couldn't have
for
done
you?
anything more.
Let's go back last year, Hamilton being stuck behind Alonso,
That was gold.
right? So, do we think that potentially
Hamilton just wanted to get
wanted
out of the
to
way.
get past him? Because he knew that the Alpines had a good straight line speed.
Mm-hmm.
So he maybe saw an opportunity of, I can get him now
Yeah,
and
instead of
not
getting
waste
stuck
my
behind him
time. Yeah.
forever.
And so he's gambled it
And it
Bang.
has not paid off at all for him, unfortunately.
The other interesting question also becomes, how much damage did Alonso get? Hamilton's
hit his
out.
wheel.
Yes, and that's the kind of the way that they're meant to get hit. I mean, obviously Lewis is bouncing up and down,
he can just pit and change his tires. So like,
but
I think Alonso's fine.
Safety car is coming in this lap.
Mm-hmm.
We have Sainz, Perez, George Russell, Fernando Alonso, Sebastian Vettel, Daniel Ricciardo, Alexander Albon, Max Verstappen, Lance Stroll, and Kevin Magnussen. That is your top 10.
I like how Perez is right on his tail. And I hope he doesn't sleep.
Now,
like how George snaked him on the last race.
The safety car helps Carlos here because Carlos has had 2 to 3 extra laps on softs of not putting it through. You can pretty much now put the entire fuel equation out the window. Mm-hmm. Why was that Ferrari...
Yeah, what just happened?
What the hell just happened? That Ferrari was either locking up or had sparks coming off its front wing going into that first corner there. Sergio Perez probably only got about maybe
Russell
5
moves on him.
seconds.
Oh,
There's
he
a
locked up
up
a little bit there.
So we got the...
What is going on?
Well, they've just come off the safety car, so they've not been able to probably keep their tyres in a good temperature.
Yeah, true.
They've come out, first apply of the brakes.
Coming into En Rouge.
Brakes are cold.
Let's go.
So we got... Sergio is in second with George absolutely all over the back of him.
His tail, but then
Carlos
again,
is clipped out
Alonso's
again.
on his tail. Alonso's coming in for the attack on the left-hand side.
So we've got Alonso.
He's going to do the same thing that Lewis just did to him, but is he going to do it better?
Oh, George was later on the brakes.
No, he lets him have it. Lets him have it.
So
he doesn't want that. He doesn't want another thing to happen.
Sainz, soft. Perez, Russell, Alonso, Vettel, Ricciardo, and Albon on the mediums. And Max is on the softs. So
no one's on hards yet.
Max and South. Yeah, someone.
Oh,
Yuki Tsunoda.
Yuki is.
But Max, Albon got past.
Oh, Williams.
So Max is now up to 7th with the safety car restart. So he got to pass all those people at the start, then got brunched back up to the group.
Brunched. Good one. But my lap 5 and we've already had a safety car. And two cars out of the race already.
And a couple people have pitted. Charles has pitted.
True. I'm surprised Carlos didn't pit.
It's not from first.
Yeah.
Not from first. You don't give up track position when you got like you can still at least.
It's Ferrari though. They don't know what track position is.
What you would assume they're doing is probably hopefully using the next 4 laps to try and get as far out as front as they can to then pit. So safely. They only come back in and like 9th.
Well, Perez is still within a second. DRS isn't open yet.
Max. Or is that... Yeah, that's got to be Max.
Maxi.
Max is up to 6.
That's yours.
And it's lap 6.
And he started from what? 16th? Damn. That... 8 positions. No, he didn't start from 16th.
Lewis with the long... I wonder if he's thinking about the stuff that he wore to the race this week. Like if that would help him in this moment. Like that big purple full minion sort of.
It wasn't that cold, man.
You know what though? I'll just say, but credit to Lewis.
Lap.
He doesn't he sort of just does what he wants. So we got Sainz, Perez, Russell, Alonso, and Vettel. That's the top 5. We've just seen what looks like Alexander Albon just passed Danny Rick.
Yep.
And Alexander Albon just passed Ricciardo.
Yeah, Ricciardo's not doing well at all. I feel bad for the boy.
Would you really be doing a lot for a team that's just thrown you up?
Yeah.
Or would you be trying to show the rest of the paddock that you can still drive?
Well, that's the thing. Like, does he even want to drive in Formula 1 this year?
He has said he wants to stay in Formula 1. That's why he wants to drive.
Yeah, okay.
He wants to drive.
Then I really think, or I really want him to be pushing that car to its very limits and absolutely sending it.
Just to show the field that he can still drive a car.
Yeah.
All right.
As he should, really.
So we're on lap 6. Just a little bit of a recap. This
chill.
was Alex's overtake on Danny Rick, by the way.
Which was quite standard, really.
Yeah, just went up on the inside. Danny, unless Daniel was going to be doing a bloody Alonso, he's not going to be able to turn in and sort of get that.
Yeah, no, he ain't going to do that in anyone.
But we've got, 6 laps down, 6 laps done to start off with. Bottas getting mashed by the Gotifi.
Gotifi's still in there.
Max passing Seb. Oh my god, Max is in 5th.
He's racing as if it's nothing.
I predicted that Max was going to win this race.
Yeah, and I'm not seeing that prediction to fail. Like, it is...
I had Max, Sergio, Carlos was my 3.
He's maximising the softs, that's for sure. But
Yeah.
he's going to have to pit eventually.
And I think you could probably get to maybe about lap 14.
I wonder how fast he's going to catch up to
No
Alonso.
further action regarding the Hamilton-Alonso crash.
Yeah, no, because Hamilton was in fault.
Yeah, so no further action required.
Yeah.
So normally
Look at
he
him
would get like a
catch.
penalty or something.
Oh my god.
That Red Bull was quick. You got to remember, he was almost 2 seconds faster than the Mercedes in qualifying. He was
That
he was
is
1.7
quick.
seconds.
Jeez.
He's in-
Oh, that's Alonso getting a position. Or losing one.
Max is in 4th position on the 7th lap.
He has gained 10 in 7 laps.
And Charles
Man's on fire.
And Charles decided to pit onto what appears to be mediums.
Mm.
But he's pitted. He'll pit again though, because mediums aren't going to go 30 laps.
No, especially not at Spa. It's a Ferrari decision, that's for sure. I feel like he probably should have gone on to hards, chilled in the backpack, tried to outlive everyone else, and then get on softs for the last couple
Oh
laps.
my god, the race director, thank you. I always say that every single time there's ever a race, we should have the big screen, and when someone else is doing something,
And
you just pop
always
out
have
the little screen.
as well, yeah.
But in saying that, it looks like Charles Leclerc is stuck in a DRS train. He is behind about 4 cars in the span of about 2 to 3 seconds of each other.
Well, I sort of hope that allows them to catch up to the rest of the pack
No,
as well.
it means he's not going to be able to get a DRS good enough to be able to get the car in front of him, because the car in front of him's getting a DRS and the car in front of him's getting a DRS, and he will not be able to get through unless he does something crazy, because every car in front of him...
No, but everyone will have a better top speed at that point. So
Well,
hopefully the whole pack catches up to the rest.
We'll see. But normally, this is what they're regarded to as a DRS train. And you don't get an advantage because everyone else is getting the same advantage. Except for...
The one main guy that's starting the train.
Yeah.
Who is that?
By the looks of
Norris?
it, Seb, Albon in 10th.
Really? You reckon it's that long of a train?
Albon is 9.
Oh, yeah, true.
So Vettel...
Oh, look at that coming into En Rouge.
Yeah.
Everyone. Jeez.
Oh my god, he's in 3rd.
Oh. He's just chilling. He's climbing it like it's nothing. Like 2 positions a lap.
He's only 3 seconds behind Sergio.
Oh my god. And Sergio would let him pass. This is ridiculous. Max.
Oh my...
You're playing on easy mode.
He's actually playing on the bot difficulty turn down.
Look at him.
Hi, George.
Bye, George. I'm out of here.
Oh my god.
I never would have... Like, he is on softs.
He is going to... But
he will need a pit.
he will, but he clearly doesn't have a problem with pace.
Yeah.
So even if Max pits, okay, he's in 3rd. After 8 laps, he's in
only
3rd.
How many seconds did you say he was behind Perez before?
3?
He's a second behind now.
No.
No, that's per car,
no,
sorry.
he is. No, he is. Because
Yeah.
that's... Oh,
No,
no,
it's
they've
not, it's
changed
not.
it.
Yeah,
They've just
yeah.
changed it to intervals, not
Yeah,
track
so he's
time.
2.5.
He is 2.5 seconds behind.
He's a fast little boy.
Now, let's look him through. Mick Schumacher, 18th. I believe he pitted because he's behind Latifi.
Nah, Latifi just overtook him.
That's sad.
Yeah. Because look how close he is to him.
Charles Leclerc is 0.062, so he's got to be like right next to someone.
High degradation.
On the mediums.
Jeez.
Oh, no. Carlos is in the softs.
Yeah.
In 1st. And
Yeah.
Perez is just sitting out of his DRS range.
Oh, that's a shame.
No. He's probably playing the long ground because he knows he's got the mediums. There's no point sitting too close to him, getting the dirty air, getting high degradation on his tyres, when if he just sits back in cleaner air,
True.
he will look after his tyres.
Yeah.
And Sergio is a very good man at looking after his tyres. And you can't take that out of the account of what could happen here because Sergio is Jesus when it comes to tyre preservation.
Preservation?
Thank you.
English is your second language.
I think no language is my first language.
Yeah. Grunts. Norris gaining position on Kevin Magnussen.
Do you know what I'd like to see though? Alexander Albon has only lost 1 position so far.
He's doing good.
The only person that's actually passed him is Vettel and Max.
Well, Max makes sense and Vettel.
Max has passed everybody.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Except Perez.
For now.
He is only a 1.8 second behind Perez. Crazy how fast he's caught up.
Whoa.
Oh damn.
Yeah, that's how you're going to get Kevin Magnussen. You pull up a little bit like that.
Yeah.
But it appears that the softs are starting to break down. And we're coming up to about lap 11.
But no, he was complaining about those signs.
on the softs.
Oh, yeah,
See,
true.
look, the degradation.
Yeah, it is insane.
Yeah, so he's done
That's
10
what I
laps.
was
Because they did quali on these as well.
On the same tyres?
Actually, now, I don't think they do that anymore. I think they changed it this year. That whatever you qualify on, you don't take over anymore. Everyone just gets a free choice of tyre.
Fair.
But
still,
Verstappen
has fastest lap.
He's on him.
I don't know.
Oh my god, they're all coming down the main straight together.
But Max doesn't have DRS.
Max is also complaining about very high tyre degradation.
Makes sense. He's on softs.
But Max has done 9 laps. Carlos has done 11.
True. Carlos did complain maybe 2 laps ago though.
Oh no, probably about maybe like a lap ago. No, but Carlos has done more physical laps on his tyres than what Max has, which means Max must have started on a brand new set and Carlos has started with used. From quali.
Oh. Was he on 11 laps of those tyres?
Yes, because he's
he's done quali on them. Yeah. Ferrari just trying to save their pennies.
Verstappen, surely Red Bull's just got to pull the trigger, swap the drivers around, try to get Max just in front.
Yeah.
They're on different strategies. Good to see Charles.
Max nearly is in DRS zone though of Perez because it's now set up to increment
until like another 4 or 5 corners away.
Next lap.
Well, there's two DRS. In about 4 or 5 corners, there's another DRS zone. But they'll swap them. There's 3 DRS zones on this track. There's 3 DRS zones.
No. I was going to say they have to swap those drivers.
Whoa.
They're going to allow...
Sergio's sliding around a bit. Is he trying to... Is he maybe pushing harder than he wanted to because Max is there to try to close up the gap a bit?
I think he might want to try and hold up the gap to Sainz because it makes sense. Like, you sort of want to keep it close to the leader.
There's essentially about 1 to 1.5 seconds between first and third.
Good.
But I reckon Carlos... So, and what's it
No, it's 1 to 2 seconds.
Who pits first, Max or Carlos? It has to be Carlos. He's done 2 extra laps.
Yeah.
But they haven't changed. Surely they're going to change these 2 around.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. On the next lap, on the DRS going up on Rouge, they're going to switch.
So Max is going to get past Serge.
Yeah, and hopefully past Sainz as well.
I'd love to see what lap times Yuki Tsunoda is doing.
Why Yuki?
Because he's on the hards. To see how well the hards are doing.
He's on 3-minute lap times?
Yeah, but no, just to get an
Albon.
idea.
Oh, he's in pit for Williams.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So, what? He's on a medium on lap 11.
Must have been going well for him.
So the pit stop in total time
has done a lot. 18, 19, 2.7.
Wow. They didn't swap.
So
it's a 23-second pit stop.
Nah. I think it was just a bad position to try and get to the attack because they didn't. Surely they didn't want to do another thing what Lewis did.
Yeah, but if you're going to make the call, you just make the call and say swap.
True. Perez wants to win too.
So, just to give you a bit of an idea and rundown, we've currently got Gasly and Albon have both pitted to jump onto the hards. We have Sainz, Perez, and Max Verstappen all within about 1.5 seconds of each other.
Less than 2 seconds, yeah, that's crazy.
Sainz is in first, Verstappen is in third, Sainz and Verstappen are on the softs. Perez stuck in between the two of them on the mediums.
Chilling.
Bottas is out, Hamilton is out. Both...
We're losing a silly amount of time now.
Yeah,
Max wants to pass Perez.
Yeah. You're on 2 different strategies. Don't take the pride away from it.
Honestly.
Well, like, where do you stand as a Perez fan? Should it be like...
Nah, I think for what Max is doing and how many positions Max has gained, he should slip straight past Perez, and Perez should keep
right
tugging
now,
along. Sainz just pitted.
Yeah, so Sainz is coming
right
to
now.
the pits.
Let Max take off through this next one. Please, Perez, let him pass.
Surely in the next DRS zone.
They just had a DRS zone then.
It's a 23-second pit, which means this is going to put Carlos down to about...
And I think that seems like a slow pit too. 2.4 is alright.
2.4 is pretty decent.
Yeah.
But who's he going to... Alonso's
pitting.
Come
on. Max.
Yeah, you got to do it here. Ready? It'll be here.
Straight after.
So Carlos Sainz comes out of the pits in 8th. A lot of people are pitting. The whole grid order at the moment is completely
that's a give. That's a give. Nice.
Max Verstappen now in first place after 12 laps.
Damn, the whole grid just shuffled around a little bit.
So we've got Gasly has pitted, Albon has pitted, Alonso has pitted.
Carlos has pitted. Charles has pitted as well.
It's about half the grid is pitted. It's lap 12.
A little bit less than half the grid, I reckon.
44 to go. Charles is up to 9th, but
lovely.
We don't know where the true running order is because so many people have now pitted. So
a lot of people haven't pitted either.
The entire grid is a little bit jumbled with...
Max has already got a second on Perez. He is hooking it.
That's some
substantial.
It's going to be absolutely crazily insane how good Max Verstappen is potentially going to get. That was a really nice overtake by Charles Leclerc down the inside. Oh no, Carlos Sainz. Sorry.
By the red car on the orange car, how could he do that?
So Carlos is on the mediums, and so essentially Max is probably going to be pitting this lap. So Carlos needs to make sure.
Oh, I want Max to hold on to as long as he can, because if he's still gaining this much, look how much he is gaining. He gained a second and a half in one lap.
Over Perez, but how much time has he gained over someone that's just come out on brand new
tyres?
We're
still having a 3.7 on Russell. Like, it's still gaining on everyone. He's doing good.
I think Verstappen would...
Maybe like 1 or 2 more laps.
Yeah, I think he'll do... He'll try and go for the overcut.
So we got coming in for the pit.
This would be Danny
Rick.
Oh,
that's onto hards?
Well, everyone's coming out to hards now because it'll probably be the last pits of the race.
We've got three on hards.
Danny
4
Rick.
on hards. Yeah, Danny's in. On the hards.
And Ocon is in.
Mm-hmm.
So we're at the 13-point lap. We're at the 13-lap mark. We've got everybody changing tyres. Most of them should realistically all be coming out onto hards.
Just past a quarter of the race.
Some of them might come out onto mediums if they're going for the 3-stop. Is a 23-second penalty to pit
it's pretty
huge
big.
when it's a 2-minute lap time?
Yeah. I feel it is. I feel you don't want the 3-stop unless you're going for softs at the very end.
Max's fastest lap too. Where did he get that from?
He's been holding that for ages.
Last time I saw it was on Charles.
Like 2 days ago?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Fernando slipping down the inside of what looked like a Williams.
I thought it was his partner. Are they not? They are different guys. It is a Williams.
Number 6.
My apologies.
Who's number 6?
Latifi?
Yeah. Do you actually know what number Alexander Albon is?
No, I was just guessing. It was one of the
Look
other.
above you.
What?
Look above
34?
you.
There's no number above me.
23. Michael Jordan.
Yeah, it's cropped out.
Our Lord. No, it says Ools.
Ools?
You can't see the balls on him.
It says wings.
It does. Sergio Perez, 2.8 seconds behind in second.
That's crazy how much he has just gained.
Carlos Sainz is about to pass Sebastian Vettel to go back into 4th.
Is he now, though? Is he? Vettel's holding it. Oh.
No. He's not going to get that. That's a brand new set of mediums on a Ferrari.
Where's Alonso at? Down to 11th.
He's pitted, though. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people here that... There's Georgie with a 2.6. That's pretty... Anything around 2.5 is fine. That's generally where most of them are sort of going to be. But George should, in theory, come out... Well, Seb and Stroll still need to pit. Stroll's, I think, maybe just... No, he hasn't gone. So Lando's in. So the whole grid is now rearranging back to sort of where it should be because everybody's coming in for their pits.
Yeah, but you got your Red Bulls in the lead.
The only major...
When is Max going to pit?
Both of the Red Bulls are yet to pit. It's lap 14. One Red Bull is on the softs. One Red Bull is on the mediums.
What did you say the pit was? 23 seconds?
It's a 23-second penalty.
Yeah, if Max pits, he's probably going to come in 5th or 6th.
Right. Well, as long as he's anywhere near... Because you got to think, Max was right behind Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz is currently 14 seconds behind Max. So if Max pits, Carlos will be 10
and extend a little bit.
seconds.
Yeah, Max wants to stay out. Max is liking the advantage he is gaining from staying on those softs, and I support that.
Well, he's done 13 laps.
Yeah, like if you think about it, this track isn't too heavy on the corners. It's mainly like your straight and speed.
The reason they've probably done it is because Max has got so much pace. But if he pits now, he has to catch up to Sainz by 13 seconds. Sainz has gone on to the mediums, though. I don't think the mediums are going to do 30 laps. The softs... Yeah. A 2-stop strategy window is open between 11 and 18 laps.
For 2-stop, then going
he's not going to get...
Box, Perez?
Why is Perez going to pit? He's on mediums. Max is on softs. What the hell is happening?
He pitted as well.
So we've got Sergio Perez on a medium compound coming in. We have Max Verstappen,
If
who
he
currently
comes-
has Carlos Sainz demolishing his
I guess they
times.
don't want to double pit. He's coming back out on softs. I hate the strategy. If you're gonna do it,
He's going to go softs, mediums. No, he's come back out on the mediums.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You said softs. So he's going to go double soft, medium.
Yeah.
Sorry. Double
What?
medium, soft.
Yeah.
And Max is probably going to go soft, double medium. So
I
they're
hope
going opposites?
I hope he goes soft hard.
We'll go for the one stop.
Yeah.
Well, he'd need to do another 3 laps, really.
Well, Max wants to, because he was just saying he wants to extend it a little bit.
I don't know how many laps. Those hard tyres are going to last, though. I don't think you can get 30 laps out of.
Well, it said 18 laps for a one-stop strategy.
Oi, that's
It said
Carlos
15
and
to 18.
That's Charles. That's Charles. Oi!
Ooh! Elbows
Sergio.
out.
Yeah.
Come on, my boy.
Sergio, elbows out. That was good, though. That was good racing.
Good defending. Good defending.
Charles Leclerc has pitted. That's his true track position. He will have to pit again because he did pit pretty early.
True.
But he has
gain and lost position.
He has as well come through, like, the grid.
The grid.
Well, you know. So
my boy Perez.
Sergio is in third, in the vicinity of about 7. So he's 7. Sergio is 7 seconds behind Carlos.
And he's pitted.
Carlos in 3 laps. Because you got to think Carlos was.
Max has been on his tyres for 14.
I don't understand what Red Bull's doing. Are they gonna go medium?
I hope
Because he started on the soft, so he can go medium.
I hope they don't lose from strategy.
Yeah. Okay. So they just.
Oh, he's
didn't wanna
pitting now.
stack them. And he's gonna.
What's he coming out on? Please. I want it to be hards.
No, it's gonna be mediums.
I want it to be hards.
Or it'll be hard so that he finishes the race on mediums and he has
or
that
mediums
pace
or
advantage.
softs.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, mediums.
What are they? They're mediums, yeah.
Go chase him down.
Softs, mediums. Who's that running across the pit? Man's gonna get ran over.
Still crazy to think that he pulled out 10 seconds in 3 laps just from going.
Oh yeah, he was absolutely flooring it.
Wow, Max has
He only
actually
lost
gotten Sergio.
one position.
Max has gotten Sergio.
That's okay.
How? Sergio was on mediums.
That was a quick pit.
Well, in saying this, I said Max number 1, Sergio number 2, and Sainz number 3. So if those Red Bulls go down there and they go...
What did I say? I said Perez, Sainz, Max. Currently, neither of us are right. Being Sainz, Verstappen, Perez.
A lot of racing still to go, though.
Oh, absolutely. There is a little
George
bit more.
Russell passing Charles Leclerc, which makes me think that Charles Leclerc's tyres are starting to...
degradation. Has he pitted yet?
Charles?
Yeah.
Right at the start on the safety car?
Yeah.
He pitted? Hey, Andrew, what's going
You're
on?
blinding me?
Because you bolt.
Oh, yeah. The light reflection. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, okay, so
We're doing good. We're watching the race. I hope you're watching it too.
Ooh, do you reckon Sergio's going to get in trouble for that, for not leaving a car's width?
No. Oh, well, I guess since no, because they weren't wheeled.
He didn't leave a car space
Yeah.
there, and we touched.
Yeah, okay, they'll investigate that.
But if that is getting in... What's worse, that or Alonso? Alonso and Hamilton, no investigation necessary.
No, because Hamilton didn't leave space and hit. They didn't need to investigate. Perez didn't leave space, and yeah, sure, they hit. If there was a position or advantage gained or lost in that scenario, then they would investigate, but we'll wait until they see, really.
Yeah. So Max has gotten this down to 3 seconds. Carlos Sainz on the radio, starting to recover a bit of grip.
Nice. Although it's not nice because I don't really want Sainz to win. I need him to
So
lower
Max
down a
is
little bit.
3 seconds behind. That should have been like a bit more than that. If it's a
Fastest lap for Perez.
if it's a true 23-second pit. 17 laps through the race. Currently got Carlos Sainz first, Max Verstappen second, Sergio Perez third, George Russell fourth.
What? George Russell force?
Yeah.
Charles Leclerc in 6th. Alonso in... No, Charles Leclerc in 5th.
Yeah.
Alonso in 6th. Yuki Tsunoda in 7th. Vettel and Albon just switched places in 8th and 9th. Vettel in 8th. and Albon in 9th, Esteban Ocon in 10th.
Yeah. So that's a pretty mixed. So we got
It's pretty good.
2 Ferraris, 2 Red Bulls, an Alpine, two Alpines, a Williams, an Aston Martin, and an AlphaTauri currently in the top 10, which is a good little combination. Holy moly! Did you see how far out wide that McLaren was?
No, I was struggling to open my bottle.
No, they I'm not too sure who it was, but they were like out hella wide, porpoising, bouncing around a bit. How you going? It's been a good race so far.
Yeah,
plenty of overtaking.
Schumacher.
Ooh, that's
Schumacher
on
on
Rouge.
Latifi on Un Rouge.
That's wicked.
That's crazy. That's a drink for you though.
That's cool.
Because we made a game of this.
So everyone has essentially pitted. We got
Max is on Sainz's tail. Fastest lap.
So they're currently dropping a minute 50s. Whoa.
Oh. That was a bit aggressive on that.
Max
nearly clipped
just
him.
wants him to... You know, these two used to be teammates.
Best buddies I heard.
In Toro Rosso.
Oh, yeah.
Because, yes, he used to be in the Red Bull program. Whoa.
My bad.
He's going to get him here. There's no way that Red Bull...
Oh, look at that go. It is on his tail.
Oh, my God.
Like it was nothing.
And Sergio's just like, where's my extra 40? He's got a new motor.
What?
Carlos doesn't.
Oh.
That's why you take the penalty, because you can get back through the field if you've got that much of an advantage.
Yeah, Max is killing it.
Now, all I need is Sergio.
He's a second ahead already.
All I need is Sergio to get ahead of Carlos.
Damn.
You had him first, but you didn't back him.
Yeah, no, I switched it. My original thing was Max, Sainz, Perez.
Which is actually how it is right as it says.
And then I changed. You can see it because I scribbled it out. I don't know if you can actually read that, but...
You can't.
It is now Perez, Sainz, Max.
It's been a good race, though. We got Alexander Albon and Esteban Ocon currently fighting.
Esteban Ocon.
Currently fighting. I really, really want Alex to get some points. Like any...
Albon? Yeah,
anything Williams.
Earned his way up the ranks to get in there.
He's gotten 3 points so far this year.
Not bad.
Like, he's at least gotten some score.
Yeah.
But can he hold off the powerhouse unit that is the Alpine down the straights?
I don't know if he can.
So,
I hope he can. It's a Williams. He put in a lot of effort to get to where he was, and he did set the fastest first sector.
Yeah, in qualifying.
So like he might have a couple beans just sitting under the hood, ready to unleash on Spa.
So we're on lap 19. We're almost halfway.
And nearly half the field is on hards now.
Yes, a lot of people have come out on the hards, and the pace on the hards seems
alright.
Like there are some tracks you go to where the hards are just arse. Someone's just jumped into the pits. I think it's Spot who it was, but Yuki Tsunoda
Yuki in the pits.
I think he's got to be like one of the last people that haven't pitted. I think the only other people that I would say almost the entire field has essentially pitted now.
Jack Dohan. Do you know who that is?
It's like academy driver or something, like Formula 2.
F2, yeah. Big dog.
Look at his head bouncing around from the porpoising.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
9.7. Why is Yuki Tsunoda taking such a long pit stop? Maybe a front wing change or something?
True, we didn't get to see it though. He's going to come out dead last. Latifi's catching. Nah, he's out in 17th.
Yeah.
A second and 3 thousandths behind.
So Max has put a 3-second gap on Carlos. What is going on with Sergio, right? So we've literally just
Sergio didn't get the penalty. He's still on older motor.
Yeah, okay. And I think a lot of people are going to forget that.
Yeah.
That Sergio does not have a fresh motor. But surely he's still got to get second. But there's still so much race to go.
Yeah.
Like, we're not even halfway.
19 laps in. 2 races are already out. And out of the 2, Hamilton, the main man himself, Bottas, like the old school, I guess technically old school, but the old Mercedes team are out. And that was on the first and second lap. It's been a pretty rough race for them.
He's definitely preserving his tyres here.
Who's this?
Sergio. You can see it in his throttle mapping. You can see in the way he's putting it down, when he gets to full throttle, he could have gone to full throttle like a little bit before, so you can clearly
But
see
he doesn't need to.
he is in no way, shape, or form trying to overstress those
George
tyres.
is 8 seconds behind him. He doesn't need to.
He's in DRS range.
He's chilling.
I reckon Sergio has been on his tyres for 3 laps.
Charles is 16 laps.
So Charles is realistically the only person that's not in true order.
Yeah, he's the
who
one that
needs to pit.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing, Seb Vettel has done 5 laps on hards. Alonso 8 laps on mediums. Seb, I don't know if you can do 24 laps or 26, 28 laps
on mediums
on a hard.
On a hard.
I don't know how long their hards can go for.
Oh.
Getting lockups like that, Alexander Albon.
That's definitely not going to do good for you.
No, and then, well, that's the thing. Esteban Ocon's put enough pressure on Alexander Albon to force the mistake. His tyres are probably getting a bit worn out.
I like that competitiveness with the old school guys. Was that Danny?
I think it was Danny because Lando's that gone. Hey, as I used to watch you all the time 4 or 5 years back.
Hey.
4 days. So glad to see you still grind YouTube.
Bless you, Derek.
No, I appreciate Derek. I will admit, like this.
I wouldn't call it grind. More like we would have watched this regardless.
We're a week and a half back in slowly coming back to the tube. But I hope you're doing well, man. Do you happen to watch Formula 1 in any way, shape, or form, Derek? And if you do,
if you have KO, get on it now. We are watching it with you.
Have your favourite team.
Yeah, pick 2 drivers.
Halfway.
Oh, we got to wait until he actually says if he's watching it or not. No, this is the best part of it.
No, that's...
you got to drink.
I just can't believe how far Max is.
Yeah, no, it's like he's playing in a whole different field. His car is a level above everyone else. He's 5 seconds on Carlos.
Surely Sergio is going to get Carlos down here.
Is Red Bull cheating?
Alright, so he goes left, goes right, he's got the draft, he's using the electricity, goes zip zap zidoo.
But this is the corner, this is the deadly corner. Oh,
yeah,
easy.
Okay.
As if it was nothing.
So, what's happening with Carlos? Or do we now get to see what the pace of Carlos is
Max Perez Carlos? You called Max Perez Carlos. If they hold this for 44 laps, you have predicted the future. And that'd be pretty cool. But honestly, I need Max to come third right now.
Unless something goes wrong.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to.
You got to think Charles is in 5th. Max could finish 2nd at every single race. Charles could win every race. He still wins the championship. You just added another first to him.
So it's like how the previous seasons, how Mercedes was actually bombarding everything. Now Red Bull is.
Cool. So
yeah,
essentially
the tables have turned.
Since 2010, the only drivers' championship or constructors' championship we have ever had is either Mercedes or Red Bull.
And it's stuck true to it.
For 12 years.
Ferrari was so close.
No, Ferrari have never been close.
If Ferrari had a different team, if Ferrari was different,
if Ferrari just knew how to not be Ferrari.
Yeah,
they can make a
fast
chance. Race car, but they don't.
They don't know how to race it.
That's about it, eh? Yeah. We go fast.
And we pit when we overtake. Jesus.
All right, so you got to think that Max is wrapped this up in his one.
Yeah. Unless he crashes, bird flies out.
Can Alexander Albon, who is currently getting massive attention from Daniel Ricciardo...
I would like Danny to have some points. The more points, the merrier. How about you?
Like, what happens if Daniel Ricciardo can't pass a Williams?
Alex has done something. He's on another level at the moment. Like, it's rare to see a Williams this high up.
But George did really well here.
Did he?
So maybe... Well, George was on the front row in the rain race.
What, last year? Oh.
And he...
True.
So maybe the Williams is just set up well for Spa.
Makes sense. Williams is an old team. And Spa is an old track.
No.
Is it quite a simple track?
No, I think it's just...
Flat-footed up on Rouge.
Power, yeah. Low downforce cars.
Yeah, so you don't get crushed when you're heading uphill.
Because it's a big long straight.
Makes sense.
And I would assume because Williams is an undeveloped car, it's just
it doesn't have the downforce.
It's a low downforce car.
It's not strategy. It's just lack of resources,
lack of funds.
Yeah.
But nice little battle for 12th. Credit to the race
Gasly,
director.
Norris, and Zhao.
Thank you to the race director for actually showing us these types of battles because we don't ever get them because we would just normally be sitting up the front watching. Oh, I'd just like to see. Let's make sure it's smooth. But they're like, the race director always never shows us the midfield races. He would be showing us Max.
Yeah, Max.
5 laps of just Max.
Just by himself.
Yeah,
it's like he's doing practice laps or something. He's like, well, I'm racing other people right now? Although he might be coming up to back markers.
Oh, no, 7-kilometer track?
No.
When you can literally pass like... And this is the major advantage of having a dedicated race circuit against a street circuit is that you have a massive, wide, proper track.
Oh, no, it's set up differently. 26. Although who...
And he's got the fastest lap.
Who is going to... Yeah, true.
And
he's probably going to hold that forever. How's Latifi last at the moment? Norris gaining one? Oh, Gasly must have pitted. No, that was the battle for third. Gasly messed up. Third. Oh, no, he pitted. Gasly pitted.
Yeah, I was going to say, what are you on about?
I didn't see that.
What? But it was Gasly.
Yeah, he might have crashed.
2.4, that's a good pit.
That is quite good.
Meek.
Yeah.
Latifi.
Yeah. Get back on the game.
Latifi. That's not fair. That's a technical problem because of the timing of when he was coming out of the pits.
Yeah, counts. Anything that Williams does is a drink. Anything your player does is a drink. Although bloody Perez is chilling. He's got 3 seconds to the next person. He's not going to do anything. Alonso, though, he has gained a fair bit, but he still has got... Vettel's on a 1.5 seconds away, but he's on hard, so there's no chance of him actually threatening him. There's going to be... I think this race is going to be set for the mid-pack of it.
Yeah, because there's 8 seconds between first and second. There's 4 seconds between second and third. 5 seconds between 12 seconds, 8 seconds. And so, like, the grid's pretty split out.
It's gapped out.
We're at the halfway point. We'd probably desperately need, like, a safety car.
Yeah.
Most of the pitting is pretty much sort of done, except for a lot of the guys at the front who happen to have this ginormous lead. Who can pretty much come into the pits at any point now.
Get no penalty for it.
Yeah, and then you'd think they're just going to go out into the hards.
Who do we need to crash? I hope Magnussen does something spectacular. Maybe, like, crashes into Yuki.
It's a good little battle that was going on here between Albon, Ricciardo and Stroll. Oh. With Lando creeping up onto the rear, so we could have a
Stroll
4-car battle.
That could be good as well. Yeah, I'm hoping Daniel gets something nice out of it. But he's a bit of a gap away from the car ahead of him.
Oh my god!
How is Albon? Albon has the pace.
No. Oh. No.
There's no way you can fight on the climb on Rouge.
You won't. Yeah, you were definitely nowhere near close enough to try to do an outside move on Rouge. If you hadn't have done that, you probably would have gotten him down the main straight, but you compromised yourself now that you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, it would have looked cool.
But it's Lance, he's new, he doesn't know that.
New?
Yeah.
He's been in Formula 1 for 6 years.
It's Lance, he's dumb, he didn't know that. Albon just locked up a little bit coming around the corner. So is he really pushing it to keep away from those guys?
Yes, because it's Williams and he's got to give it everything it's got.
Good thing he's got the downhill now, so he can just coast away.
Puts it in a neutral and just rolls. Fuel saving.
Oh man, he's on hard. Stroll's on the medium, so that's probably why he's playing a little bit more aggressively. So be even more punishing if he doesn't actually gain the position.
I love the fact that Sebastian Vettel's in 7th. Get some points.
Yeah.
Science on the radio. Try to avoid the bumps in turn 5. It's quite important.
On turn 5, there's bumps.
That's where Alonso spun out Lewis.
Does it mean the bumps on the inside?
At the end of the big straight. That's sort of turn 5, turn 6.
Wait, where Hamilton
got spun
hit,
out by...
No, not spun out. Got
smashed.
Hit.
Yeah. So
Russell on Carlos.
George is catching Carlos.
Apparently. He's 4.5 seconds behind.
We've either missed... I reckon maybe Carlos has a problem. Because Carlos is Again, 5 seconds behind Sergio.
Both on mediums though.
George is... Oh, you know what? It's probably because Carlos did the undercut. And he came in and he pitted 3 laps before the rest of them. Like, George pitted hell late.
Mm.
So George has probably only done 10 laps on those tyres, whereas Carlos has probably done like 14.
True, they might be slightly more degraded.
Same with Sergio Perez. Sergio Perez's tyres were like 3 laps fresher.
But Perez is the god of holding tyres.
And they've done in the vicinity of... Well, Carlos, he's probably done, 12 laps on these tyres now.
Yeah, that's true. And this is quite a punching track for how long it is.
It is like a brutal track.
12 laps are a long 12 laps. Here we go. 21 laps by Charles.
All right, so quickly. The pit window for a one-stop strategy on a medium.
It's between 24... Sainz pitting.
All right, Carlos Sainz is pitting. Carlos has done 13 laps on his
Charles
mediums.
has done 21. What is he going to pit onto? Hards? And then not pit again?
Is this Carlos?
This is his second pit. Yeah, it is.
This is Carlos.
This is already his second pit.
They're double stacking.
He's coming... Oh, is he? Are they?
Maybe Charles is far enough down the road, but Charles is coming into the pits as well.
There's a hards too.
So there's, what is it?
Are they?
18.
Hards? Yeah.
18 laps to go with hard tyres.
He's not going to pit again, and he's going to hope to just set it. Yeah.
What
Charles
if someone's
coming into hards as well.
What if there's a safety car? What if there's a...
Oh, they've ruined it. They've ruined it for themselves.
Both Ferraris, hard tyres.
This is Ferrari's bloody team management. Oh no, that's not hards. That's softs. What are they doing? Ferrari.
Soft mediums? 3-second pit stop. That's slow. And he's going to come back out in traffic. Alonso's pitting as well. Alonso started in, third?
Oh, Alonso just lost so many positions.
Yeah, so now Alonso's going to have to come through like that.
Yeah, that's
the
Albon,
Ricardo, Stroll, Norris, Zhao battle.
They're having fun back there, I reckon.
18 laps to go.
It's going to be hectic. That is...
Like,
I don't know
we were just talking, we're not even at the half. Now it's 18 laps to go. Now, don't get me wrong, it's still a crazy long track, but it's 18 laps.
Hmm.
And there is currently a battle for 2 points at 8th. No, sorry, 1 point at 10th, 2 points.
Yeah, if you look at from 8th to 11th, or 8th till 12th, there's not even 2 seconds between them all.
Yeah, and
they are so close together.
And they're the points that are on offer today.
Yeah, and those are the points that you're fighting for. Like those players, like it's either you get nothing or you get something.
Yeah, and you got to scrap away the little points to keep, because you get your accumulated little points, and then mittens. Buy me dinner first. Who's driver of the day at your point at right now?
Perez for sure. I'll vote right now, and I don't think it's even come up yet. But
no, voting isn't open.
Yeah. I at the moment, no one has really stood out for me.
Really, Max not going from 16th to first.
Yeah, but Max is a winner anyway, so he doesn't.
He's going to win everything else anyway.
Yeah, like, come on, you don't deserve it.
No, it's going to be Albon.
True. I was going to say Alonso for taking out Hamilton. But yeah.
Put in a Williams.
Alexander
in a true
Albon,
true Q3, true performance. Not like everything's gone his way.
He was 8th in Q3, yeah?
He actually qualified
6th?
Well, he started 6th, but he actually qualified.
Oh, Albon pitted. That's a few positions down.
That's scary. Everyone's going to be pitting onto mediums, onto the hards now.
Yeah.
To wrap
holding out for the rest of the race.
Yeah, to wrap out the end of the race. This worked.
It's quite nice.
Well, I mean, I feel like cold that is.
Yeah, it is cold.
Did the job.
The ice packs keep things cold.
And everyone, who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Whoa. So we got Alexander Albon coming out of the pits.
With his elbows out, Latifi and Albon's chilling together up on Rouge.
There's no way that Latifi's in Formula 1 next year. Like, it's just not possible. We are on lap 27.
Wait, Latifi goes out of Formula...
Perez, box.
Good. About time. What's he going on to?
Hards, surely. Everyone's coming onto the hards to get onto their last tyres to wrap up the race, keep grid position.
But if you think about it, Latifi goes out of Formula 1, Daniel goes to Williams.
It could happen.
Would he want to race if he went to Williams though? Or would he just give up?
Sergio Perez in the pit. Is it nice and clean? Comes in, 4 wheels off, 4 wheels on, car down, pretty clean. 2.6, I'm going to guess. 2.4.
Not bad at all.
Where's he going to pop out with Sainz though?
Definitely before Sainz. He's not even on the straight. Oh, he is on the straight. He just passed the pit. He just passed the starting line.
And to be fair, you would say that their tyres are the same because like 1 lap isn't going to be anything. He is not in DRS range. He will not get a crazy draft from this.
Perez is out of here.
Will take a lap to warm up those hards because they do take a bit of time.
Fernando.
What's Fernando been doing? Yeah, we haven't really seen him since
he's been chilling. He's chilling in 10th.
No way.
Ever since he took out Hamilton, he's going to take out another person. Oh! He's like, come on.
Go. That's absolutely a drink.
That is a drink, yeah. Go on, Alonso.
Fantastic racing from Fernando Alonso. That was actually, that was really, really nice. That was a good overtake. That was crazy. That was dangerous. Sergio Perez has come back out in 3rd.
If he is up to 15th now.
George Russell will need to pit again. George. Why is his left one? Oh yeah, that's right here. Hamilton. Look at his left one. His left duct compared to his right duct. See how like it's all bent from when he hit Hamilton.
Yeah,
but he is.
That's not really affecting him that much.
So
no, I think that's a highlight of what just happened.
No, that's Fernando Alonso live. George Russell coming in.
Pit,
box.
Get out of that top. How far is he going to go down? Is Carlos going to be able to catch up to him?
Oh my God, Sebastian Vettel, please get a top 5. Lance Stroll on, what's that say, Safina? That's Alexander Albon.
Ooh.
Down the inside. Nice, quick, clean.
Yeah, good.
Could have been Nicholas Latifi. I didn't actually get to spot the number, but
it was a
all I like is that they're showing us the replays.
Yeah.
I am seeing the overtakes. You guys aren't, but we can't show you that. We don't have the rights to it. we
can describe it to you.
The wheel was turning faster than the car next to it and went in front.
Broom, broom. Cargo, meow.
Meow.
Yeah. Meow.
Lap 29.
Coming up on Rouge.
15 laps to go. Most of the front runners are now coming in onto their hard tyres. We have Charles Leclerc battling with Daniel Ricciardo.
He's still in 8th, which is quite nice. He's
even though it's currently showing me... Yeah, I was going to say, that's also like, you dumb graphic.
You dumb graphic. Yeah, he's 9 seconds behind. Ricciardo is not fighting with Charles.
That's good on you, race director. But it's been a great recovery race from Charles. He has pitted. He's on his final tyres. He's in 7th. If he can walk out of here from a top 5 and get Sebastian Vettel at the end here...
That would be quite nice.
It's a great damage control day from Charles... Considering Max is going to win the race. Max hasn't pitted yet either, by the way.
Albon position.
Yeah, okay. So that's Charles Leclerc passing Esteban Ocon into 6th. That is...
Alpine.
What's his name?
Alonso.
Yeah, so Alonso and
beating
Ocon.
Ricky. No, Alonso beating Ricky.
Alonso's still in 8th. He started in 3rd.
Ricky. Danny.
But he did have that collision with...
Yeah, so he has a little...
And even his end plate looks a little bit bent.
And they didn't want to change the front.
Well, I mean, if he still scores points, then...
I guess if it's not, like, truly affecting him.
It's been a good race. Lots of overtakes, which you get with Spa, because you've got that big, long straight on a heavy braking zone.
It's a good track, yeah.
And that's why you couldn't possibly ever get rid of it. How...
No.
If you could sit anywhere at Spa, what corner would you want to sit
on Rouge. I would like to sit on the top of on Rouge.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So George is going to come out just in front of Sebastian Vettel in 5th.
Where would you want to sit?
Probably at the end of the straight, where Lewis and...
What, on the back straight?
No.
After en route?
Yeah, where Lewis and Alonso touched.
Oh, yeah, fair call.
Because that's where the overtake's going to be. Or like
but
the good ones.
Yeah. I like en rouge. I would like to sit like just see where the grandstand is.
Absolutely insanely vertical it goes up. Zhao has come out on softs. Not too sure why. He's in 17th.
Oh, McLaren.
I'm so baffled with how many pit stops there have been. Yeah. And I love the fact that there have been so many and so many different strategies. They're
coming out on... No, yeah.
He's coming off the hards onto the mediums with 14 laps to go.
Hopefully trying to gain a position or two.
You can do 14 laps on a medium.
Yeah.
What you can do from 12th position with 14 laps of fresh slickety-dickety rubber.
Slickety-dickety rubber?
I don't know.
Medium compound.
In a McLaren. I don't know what you might be able to get away with.
I'm hoping to at least get back into the points. Max pitting, he's like 10 minutes ahead, so it doesn't really matter. He could honestly just pit, get out of the car, have a cup of coffee.
Sebastian Vettel,
get back in there.
Esteban Ocon, and Daniel Ricciardo are the only ones really in the and Yuki Tsunoda. They're the only ones that haven't actually double pitted. Otherwise, pretty much every single person running in the top 10 at the moment has made a double pit stop race. Makes sense. Means Spa. Max is probably going to drop about another fastest lap again. Total pit time stop 2.3.
Wait, what did he just come out on? I didn't quite catch that one.
You would assume he's on hards. Mediums, surely, with 14 to go.
Hards? with 13 laps to go, he's coming out on hards?
Yeah, mediums. No one's catching him.
Yeah. Yeah, Perez is 21 seconds behind and he pitted.
No, it'll update once he passes through the next marker.
5, 6
No,
seconds
actually,
behind?
that's right, because they've both pitted now. Yeah,
8 seconds behind.
Yeah, he's got to hit that first marker.
That's crazy amount of time.
If nothing changes, my top 3 prediction was 100% right.
Shockingly. And mine was very close. I go back, but yeah. If you just switch them around a little bit. We both had the right 3 people. You had it in the right order. I just didn't, unfortunately. We didn't guess who was going to have the fastest lap. And we didn't guess who was going to be driver of the day either. Driver of the day hasn't even come up yet either.
Well, we've still got a lot of racing to go. My prediction can still very well easily be done. There's absolutely no chance Vettel doesn't get past it. He's just come out in brand new fresh mediums. He's on 15 old lap hards. He's just hanging on.
Yeah.
Mick Schumacher's pitting. But Red Bull are probably going to walk away with this with maximum points.
Yuki's pitting too.
You can pretty much wrap up the Constructors' Championship. You can pretty much wrap up the Drivers' Championship.
But let's see. Williams just got in position. We've got to see who else can get points.
And who's going to be driver of the day? You know, who's going to come in as the big old...
I'm hoping it, like, a little bit of part of me, Alexander Albon for getting into Q3 and actually holding points. I hope he actually gets driver of the day.
If it's not Albon in the points, surely it's got to be Max. He was literally in first place within the first 10 laps of the race.
Where did he start from? 16?
16.
Yeah. It's not 20-1, but you know.
But in 10 laps.
True.
In 10 laps in modern Formula 1.
Everyone, yeah.
He went from 16th to 1st.
Is a new motor really that powerful?
He was 2 seconds faster in qualifying than Lewis Hamilton, and that's in the Mercedes.
Yeah. That's something. That's definitely something. But I'm pretty upset with how low down. Where is Alonso? He's in 8th now.
Yeah, well...
Pretty upsetting with what's happened to him.
I don't think... because clearly he got damage on his car from the Lewis thing. So we don't really know what else could be wrong with that car.
He's limping around with a broken leg.
So Lando came in and pitted, and he has to try to pick off all these people with the mediums. So Zhao was on soft, so his tyres are probably dead. So Zhao's probably going to pit anyway and just get in and get it done. But
Zhao's on softs?
I don't know why. But yeah, Zhao came out on softs.
Huh. Strange. I guess ambitious, trying to gain some positions, but...
So we've got Lance Stroll currently having a bit of a crack at Alexander Albon here.
No, my boy. Oh, he's not even in the points anymore.
Albon is on 5 lap old mediums. Stroll's on 5 lap hards. In theory, Stroll shouldn't be catching Alex here on 5 lap old tyres.
And he doesn't need a pit.
The thing that also makes me concerned is that it means that Alex is going to have to do like 20 odd laps on these tyres.
Yeah, if he wants any chance of actually keeping that position. Because if he pits, he's going to go so much further down. And I don't know if he'll be able to handle that one.
I mean, there's still a lot of race to go. 11 laps, 7 kilometres, 77 kilometres of road still to travel.
That's some easy calculations
there.
Yeah,
you like that?
That's the easiest cap. Yeah, there's still a lot of racing to go. A lot of racing has been gone, but still,
George Russell can pass Carlos Sainz in 3 laps.
I'm pretty sure I heard them say that maybe like 20 laps ago and nothing happened.
I need Carlos to finish 3rd here, so I can get my prediction smack on.
I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't
What has
think...
happened to Carlos, and how is George possibly catching him?
I don't think George is actually going to catch him. I think that's just hyping.
No, but they generally put that up when...
If he gets down to 4 seconds...
If it's... Well, okay, so George is 5 seconds behind.
He's 5.1.
Currently don't know.
5.35.
Say 5. There's no point going 5.1 because if one of them's at this part of the track and the other one's at this part of the track, it could change.
Mm-hmm.
Max Verstappen has gained 13 positions this race, which is still mind-blowing. Esteban Ocon has still gained 8 spots. 7 spots.
Albon's lost 5.
He's just got overtaken. Alright, Esteban Ocon's pitting, okay? So that's not as impressive because he hasn't pitted yet. 11 laps to go. Current top 10 stands as...
Albon's in the points.
Verstappen, Perez, Sainz, Russell, Leclerc,
Vettel, Alonso, Pierre Gasly, Esteban Ocon, and Alexander Albon. I'm so glad he is in the
every
points.
single person has pitted twice except Sebastian Vettel. Literally.
What's that man doing? Try your best. The last lap was good. Okay.
Science radio. Try your best. The last lap was good. Because Science is trying to hold off George. How long can Sebastian Vettel stay? If he won and gets points, driver of the day. You pit once on Spa.
Is he on hards?
Has to be.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
How long has he been on those hards for? Oh, man. I reckon Seb's just going to get absolutely chomped away here. Like, just, he's going to...
No, Alonso's 10 seconds behind. He doesn't have anything to worry about. And Vettel and Alonso are they currently 2 of the oldest racers?
Yeah.
Yeah. They were probably just chatting, chilling. They'll go side by side. Share some shakas. Move along.
How crazy is to think that Fernando Alonso won 2 world championships before Sebastian Vettel even joined Formula 1, and now he's retiring before Fernando Alonso, and he is a 4-time world champion. Fernando is still a 2-time world champion.
Fernando Alonso didn't race the entire time.
He only took a couple of years off to do IndyCar. Because he's trying to get the Triple Crown.
True. So he's coming back to get the 3rd crown.
He needs the Indy 500.
Oh, he doesn't even need Formula 1?
He has a Formula 1 world champion. So the Triple Crown is a victory at Monaco, victory at Le Mans.
But does he have that?
Yeah, he's got...
So he has no real reason to be in Formula 1?
He just want... So to get the Triple Crown, Indy 500, Monaco, and Le Mans 24 hour. You win those 3, you got the Triple Crown.
Carlos Sainz, what happened if we 3-stopped? Finished behind Russell for P4. He doesn't want that.
No.
You don't want P4.
Vettel pitted 8th. Every single person in the field now.
Driver of the day.
Vote closes in 9 laps. We got 10 laps to go.
Who do we vote for?
Alexander Albon is currently holding off Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll is in DRS. Alexander Albon has mediums. They both pitted at the same time.
If Alexander Albon is still in the points
he gets
in 9 laps, he's getting driver of the day.
If it's not, probably Seb.
Really?
He's going to retire. He doesn't have any opportunities left.
True, and he did just announce his retirement.
And he kind of said...
But Vettel... No, Vettel.
And
he
backed
did do
up
a fair bit.
Danny. He pretty much just said, no, it's not Daniel. It's probably McLaren.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh,
he actually came out and said, no, you don't just forget how to drive. McLaren have let down Daniel.
Yeah.
So
the car's not set up right for him.
I'm going to go... Yeah, I'm going to go... My vote of the day will be Alexander Albon if he continues to hold into the points because, he did still start 6th, though. Bitch, get some points.
Yeah, he's lost positions in this.
Considering Hamilton and Bottas are out, that's less people to overtake him. But I would say in the speed trap first, at 318 kilometers an hour at Lando Norris. You'd think it would have been Max on one of those runs.
Yeah, for
maybe they try to do it on a non-DRS run so it's a bit more accurate. Also, the speed trap is logged in Eau Rouge.
Yeah.
Not at the straight.
Vettel getting a position.
Really?
Yeah. Just before in Rouge as well.
Yeah,
it was on that.
Seb just literally pitted.
Oh, man.
So you got to remember, Seb's on brand new meaties. He's now go instead of.
Look at this. 3 wide. 3 wide. Vettel goes back down 2 positions. He just gained 1.
That's some nice driving by Esteban Ocon. Sebastian Vettel. That was good racing. That's clean. That's how you do clean. 3 down the straight. You can't go 3 down the straight.
what is going on here?
Good pass. That's done. That's locked and loaded. But Seb, 8th. Albon, still holding on to 10th.
Did Vettel just do some damage control getting in front of Gasly?
I'm not too sure. But how great is this? Esteban Ocon, Pierre Gasly, Sebastian Vettel, 3 wide, down the straight. Who? Just go around him.
As if it was nothing.
So Esteban passed 2 people down the one straight. So bang here, he gets Seb. Bang here, he then gets Pierre. So that's a double overtake by Esteban Ocon. So fantastic by Esteban.
Such a good move.
Yeah. And then Sebastian down nice and deep.
Yeah, Sebastian at least recovers 1 position, so it's not too bad on him. But unfortunately,
so we got
nothing from that.
8 laps to go. We got 8 laps to go. Top 10 currently is in first place Max Verstappen, second place Sergio Perez, third place Carlos Sainz, fourth place George Russell, fifth place Charles Leclerc. Sixth place, Fernando Alonso. I paused because I leave it for you.
I know, and I'm like, I'm not paying attention to what you're doing there. You can speech the whole thing.
6th is Fernando Alonso. 7th is Esteban Ocon. 8th is Sebastian Vettel. 9th, Pierre Gasly. 10th, Alexander Albon. ASV. What is going on, man?
How you been?
I'm doing quite well. Just enjoying a fantastic Sunday night with my boy William.
Hello, howdy.
And some Formula 1.
Unfortunately, you can't watch with us, but you can watch it yourself.
If you were to rate this race out of 5, where does it land? I personally probably put it at about, and I think a lot of the experience for us as well, because we haven't been able to hear it. So like when I get to watch the race highlights tomorrow and hear the commentary and what was actually going on and things that we've missed, race. It will be like an entirely new race, but there's only so much we can share. I would give it a 3.
If people actually like this, like we have the opportunity to put up.
So Alex Albon's currently
ladders. Yeah, that's a 4-man fight.
Alex Albon's currently trying to hold off Lance Stroll, Lando Norris, and Zhao for 10th point.
Crazy.
So you got to think, if Albon can get this point, this 1 point, he goes to 4 points for the whole year. This is worth a quarter of his total points tally this year by holding on to this position.
Albon's?
Yeah, he's only got 3 points. This is 1 point on the line.
If Albon gets points, he's going to be driver today.
George Russell is still catching Carlos Sainz.
Apparently, he's not though.
It said he was going to be in striking distance in 3 laps. He's only 9.7 seconds behind, and it's been about 4.5 laps.
Great analysis there, team. You have picked a loser.
Yeah, I hate that they even bring those up because I would rather do the maths myself.
Like they're building.
You're chipping away half a second a lap. You'll be there in this.
You'll notice it if it's happening.
I've also just picked up that Yuki Tsunoda.
Wait, no, Russell's actually 2 seconds behind.
Yuki Tsunoda and Danny. Well, Yuki Tsunoda is now joined onto the back of that last point. So we now got Alexander Albon.
Oh my god!
We now have
Chased by Stroll, Norris, and Zhao.
And Yuki Tsunoda is now within DRS range, with Danny Rick only 1 second behind that as well.
Schmickle into the DRS zone.
10th
coming into En Rouge as well.
10th position. Everything for 1 point. Here with 6 laps to go. Max is done. He's absolutely gone. Every single one of them have DRS except for Alex.
15 seconds ahead of Perez, Max is.
Norris cannot get Stroll down the straight, but now has to completely be very concerned about Zhao. DRS train.
Yeah, I know. I didn't think it was going to be that bad of a thing.
Well, it was supposed to be fixed this year with the new regulations, but it's still a very powerful overtaking advantage, but when you give it to everybody. So if the grid was to end right now, Max 26 points with fastest lap, Sergio 18, Carlos 15, George 12, Charles 10,
Alonso 8th, Esteban Ocon with 6 points, Vettel 4, Gasly 2, and the Williams with Alexander Albon scraping in that 1 point, 25% of his total score. Absolute mental.
There is less than a second between 14th and 10th. Like it is essentially...
That is where the race really is. 10th point. The best of the rest trying to get that scraping in 1 point.
5 laps to go for driver of the day. Alex, you're leaving this really late, my friend. Like, can you clear them? Can you just get past? Can you...
But I think the reason that no one's actually getting a position is because Lance Stroll is on hards, and Alexander Albon's on mediums. He probably can't overtake him regardless.
Zhao's on softs. There's a bit of everything here.
Yeah, true.
Ooh! Lance Stroll locks up on turn 1. Daniel Ricciardo
he is
comes
really pushing it. He might have just ruined it for that whole take up to Rouge.
Is he still on DRS?
Avoid
Yes.
the bump in turn 17, says Carlos Sainz.
Turn 17 is like the second to third last corner before the end of the track. So like one of the high speed swingers. Lance Stroll is currently getting gained on by 6 kilometers an hour over Lando.
Oh my god, look at them go.
But again, still way too far back.
I really feel like it's Stroll that is ruining for the rest of them.
It's going to be huge how much battery power you're using right now.
Yeah.
Again, on a track where you are full throttle for so much of the time and you're not braking
What's
to get
Lando
that power
complaining
back.
about?
Like, they're not going to be getting as much battery recharge because they don't brake that much on this track.
True.
So when you use your electronic power in this course, on this track, it's massively important. Now, quickly, Albon has 11 laps on mediums. Stroll, 11 laps on hards. Norris, 8 laps on mediums.
Zhao's got 9 on the
9
softs.
on the softs for
That's
Zhao.
really rough on the softs. He might have to pit before the end of the race.
Sonoda 7, Ricciardo 5. In theory, Ricciardo's got the freshest tyres, but is at the backest of that little particular pack.
If Ricciardo gains 5 positions by the end of the race, I'd be pretty impressed. He would
get
earn driver of the day. Yeah. Whoever is 10th at the end of this race gets driver of the day.
And so it's going to be interesting as well, because now you got to think that there is at a tipping point, Alexander Albon's tyres have to start coming off a cliff a little bit here. A little bit, where the hards start to become better. Where? And who is it? Who's going to get this last point? I do not know why. Oh my god, actually, George is 9.5 seconds. Why are they showing
No, he's not 9.5 seconds behind. They're not showing the time that he is behind.
Oh, sorry.
Less than 2.
Science
is 9.5
seconds.
Yeah.
If the fact that they keep going back to what George is doing makes me think that he actually is
gaining,
chipping away at it. We'll have to have a spot of what it is.
1.7.
So George,
he's not gaining that much first lap.
Almost in DRS range on Carlos. There is 5 laps to go. We have 4 laps to go for driver of the day,
and it's gonna be whoever gets that 10th position on that 5-man train will be my vote. And honestly, I hope it's Alex.
The thing is, though, we're not going to know who's going to get that point before Drive of the Day closes. Because Drive of the Day closes one lap to go.
Yeah, on the 4th lap, it'll be that point. And I hope it's Alex.
Or even give it to Alex in case he loses it.
Yeah.
Then you feel bad
for him.
for
something.
Oh, boy. Here we go. George Russell.
He actually is within...
I don't want George Russell to pass Carlos Sainz
because it will ruin your prediction.
My prediction at the start of this race was Max Verstappen, Sergio Perez, Carlos Sainz. And that is the exact order it is in right now. And I'd like to just have the satisfaction of the first watch-along we ever do.
To have a perfect prediction.
Yeah, because then it says that you can trust me.
I never get it wrong. 1 for 1.
I'd never make a prediction again.
Yeah, you're done.
Do you reckon George will get him? I'm going to load up Driver of the Day now.
I already have. I don't think George will get him. He's 2.5 seconds away. He was closer before, but now he's further.
It's a 2-minute lap time on 4 minutes to go. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8 minutes of racing to go. So is 2 seconds really anything on an 8-second... with 8 minutes of racing to go?
Yes.
2 seconds is one fucked up break.
2 seconds is pretty long.
Driver of the Day. Oh, whoops, I've looked up the wrong thing. And let us know who you guys are voting for if you want to as well. 4 laps to go. It's hard to go past Max a little bit. Like, we can't.
Yeah, you can't pass Max. It's 17 seconds ahead of Perez. And no one's going to pass Perez.
He has 28 career race wins.
Jeez.
Like...
the man's playing on easy mode.
And
I thought Lewis was bad.
He's 22.
Wow.
Or 23 this year, I think.
He's younger than me.
And he's already won a world championship. He already has 28 race wins. So think about this, okay? Ayrton Senna, if I'm not mistaken, has about 44 as third. Mikey, Mick, has his 96, I think it is. Lewis has 100 and something. Race wins.
Yeah.
He's going to be at 30 race wins probably in the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
At 23 or 24.
How old's Lewis?
34.
Is he?
Yeah.
Damn. He's old.
I'm going to go with Alexander Albon for the driver.
You're going to lock it in?
Yeah, I've got to. Because
he's in a Williams.
If he doesn't get 10th, I'm going to feel so bad.
And if he gets points
and
in
if
a Williams...
he does get points in a Williams, then...
Fucking phenomenal.
Bam. Number 23.
Voted.
Alexander Albon. Yeah. Driver of the day.
Done.
Even if he doesn't win, the fact that he's holding off 5 cars, he's got the nerves, he's got
doing
the clutch.
something.
He's done very, very well, and I do think it's got to... I mean, that's me.
That's me too.
Alexander
Albon, driver of the day.
Closes in 2 laps. Just to give you a quick little recap, because we haven't touched too much base on the current bottom 8. Lewis Hamilton was obviously out in 20th.
On like the first lap.
Bottas was out in 19th.
Also on the first lap.
We currently have running in last official grid position Nicholas Latifi. Followed up the 2 Haas boys by Schumi and Magnussens.
What?
We've got
Magnussens.
in 15th, Ricciardo, 14th, Tsunoda, 13th, Zhao, 12th, Norris, 11th is Lance Stroll. They're all a little bit of combination of
coming
tires.
into the points, though, we got Williams. We got Alexander Albon holding it strong for the team at the bottom. Next being AlphaTauri for Pierre Gasly.
Yeah.
And the two Alpines, Ocon and Alonso, at 7th and 6th. And then coming into the top 5, like, it's nice to see Ferrari up there, but I feel like Ferrari could have done better this race. A little bit on the strategy, but it's always on Ferrari's strategy.
George is not going to get Sainz.
No chance. And you said 2 seconds wasn't that much, but clearly it
Looking
is.
at this from a championship point of view, Verstappen has just extended over everyone. He's now 100 points clear in the championship.
Jeez, really?
Which is 4 race wins to 4 DNFs for anyone to even get level with him. Just let that sink in for a second. Max would have to get 4 DNFs in a row, and someone would have to win 4 wins in a row.
The next in line would have to win 4 in a row, which would be what? Carlos?
Carlos or Perez. Because Perez will pass Charles, this weekend because of the 5th and 2nd.
Yeah.
But, and there's, 8 races to go?
Hey, Yuki gained a position.
So, yeah. Red Bull's wrapped up the Constructors' Championship. Their closest rival, Ferrari, 3rd and 5th. Mercedes, maybe. DNF.
Yeah.
The championship's done. But the thing that I think gets very, very interesting now becomes the midfield race.
Well, it is. That's what there is now.
Alpine, your McLaren, your
Williams, apparently. Your Williams are up there. And this has been real close racing in that mid-pack, which is quite nice. I think that's what they've really been pushing towards, but it's a little bit unfortunate that our top dogs have been given themselves such a large gap.
Surely, Alexander Albon. Zhao has gotten Tsunoda.
Yeah.
That's that little five-way car battle that's going on between
Zhao's on
14th
softs too, so imagine if
10th.
he just swings his whole way up.
Okay, so Norris is no longer in DRS range on Stroll, so Norris 12th, no longer DRS on 11th Stroll. But
Stroll is in DRS for Albon.
To show us Stroll. We do not care about a 2.2 second gap between a 3rd place Sainz and a 4th place Mercedes.
Yeah.
It's a 2.2 second gap, and it has been for 5 laps. Show us the one actual car that's in DRS range at the moment.
Albon. Oh, who's pitting? Why? Why are you pitting on the last lap?
Because he might have a big enough gap to steal fastest point from the Red Bulls.
Softs? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he'll be able to come out in front of Alonso and steal 1 point from the Red Bulls.
Okay. We might have a little...
He might not get Alonso.
But he's got 2 laps to be able to gain that position. Oh, he's going to come out neck and neck on Rouge.
Why would you just... Why risk it?
They want that one... Oh
no.
Oh, Alonso.
Oh, no. He's going to get him down straight because he's going to get DRS. He's in a DRS zone. Put your car in front of him. Make sure he can't come back. Fernando Alonso for a top 5 finish. He needs a top 5 finish because Fernando Alonso started on the 2nd row in 3rd position.
And he gets him.
But
yeah, the Ferrari is on softs and Alonso is on hards. So he's got that working against him.
The Ferrari is clearly going for fastest lap on the last lap.
Yeah. So this is warm-up.
It is. It's charge the batteries, get a DRS on Alonso to even make sure that we're definitely going to get it.
Send it.
So this is Zhao getting. This was the softs on the.
I was on the AlphaTauri.
Yeah. So if they're there, that means Max is on the last lap, which means that Albon will be coming up, sort of. Probably about the halfway point, because Alonso's 42 seconds behind.
Oh, true, for where they are on the actual track.
So I would say that Albon's probably about... I mean, Albon's still lost 4 positions. But it's a Williams. In the points. That was in Q3.
He's in the points.
Like,
that's
it's not
the main
been
thing about it.
Rain and everyone's smashing. Like, a couple of people out.
He has fair and square earned this position.
So we got Charles Leclerc having one last little
bouncing
final
around.
crack.
Look at him go.
At Fernando. He won't get him here. He will get him after on Rouge, down the straight, full battery pack. Alonso will be using full battery pack. Alonso also has an Alpine, which are known to be fast in a straight line. But
hopefully that helps, so that he actually has a fast-paced, towing.
So the thing is that if he does not pass him back, oh my god. Well, if he doesn't pass him back, they threw more points away chasing 1 point fastest lap than what they would have gotten by leaving him there.
Yeah.
And he's not he's in like the perfect spot.
They're going up on Rouge.
How fast
is
the
so
Alpine?
far away. The Alpine is so much faster than that Ferrari.
No, wait for it.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it's way before the corner as well. Very nice.
And there's absolutely
Charles
no
back
chance
into fifth.
that... Oh, congratulations to Max on winning. That's how...
Oh,
wow.
Whoa.
Wow. They're that far back in 5th.
Yellow flag.
That's the end of the race then, which means Alexander Albon's going to cross the line 10th here, surely.
Although Stroll is half a second behind. He has gained a little bit on him.
But I don't think he's going to get him.
Yeah.
Which is weird, because the mediums should have dropped off more than what those hards did. But maybe the hards just don't fire up.
But maybe Alexander Albon is just such a better racer.
And to finish the Belgian Grand Prix, we have Max Verstappen in first, Carlos in third, and Perez in second.
Yeah.
So my predictions written down right here. Aaron, Max Verstappen first, Sergio Perez second, Carlos Sainz third.
Oh, no. We don't have audio of your prediction either.
Read
that was
it
a different prediction.
Or weep.
No, read it and weep.
Max Verstappen. What did I say?
Read it or weep.
Oh, yeah.
No, I won't read it. I'll just weep instead.
No, I don't want the bad news. I'm just going to
cry in the corner.
Assuming it's really bad news. Wow, though. But
what a finish.
They
just sort of ignored the rest of the race, though. That's the thing. I don't think Alexander Albon's even finished yet.
So, Charles didn't even get fastest lap.
Shocking.
Like,
once again, Ferrari doing a bad strategy.
Right?
And nearly losing a point for it.
Ferrari.
Honestly. Someone's going to get fired. And it's going to be whoever their race director
Driver of the day, Max Verstappen.
Makes sense.
And it does. It was always going to be hard against that massive army. And the fact that he went, like, what he actually... He was always going to be driver of the day. We were just kind of going for someone that maybe...
We wanted the underdog. Yeah.
20... So, again...
He did go from 16th to 1st. And he was crazy fast.
Max Verstappen has 16 pole positions and 28 race wins. Charles Leclerc has 16 pole positions and 6 race wins.
That's pretty upsetting. But Charles was in the podium.
Max finishes on average first more than any other position. Like his number one most finished position in Formula 1
is first.
That's
a pretty good track record, if I'm not gonna lie.
He's signed on to Red Bull until 2028.
Actually? Damn. And if he's doing that well, like, why would you leave?
So here's the thing, like, if he won the championship last year, but if he had won the year before, he would have snaked Sebastian Vettel for being the world's youngest Formula 1 champion. But they missed it by 1 year. Yeah. That's what they wanted. They wanted to get... Because Max is the youngest race winner.
Yeah.
They wanted him to be the youngest champion, but yeah, they just missed it by that year.
By 1 year.
Yeah, and so it's still Seb, technically.
Seb's good, though.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Seb being
I wouldn't want to take it away from him. but a great race. Damn, running onto the track.
It was a pretty good race. My highlights for the race, honestly, I think
Williams getting points.
the overtake for the day has to go to
Lewis on the first lap.
No, someone overtook someone on En Rouge.
That was Alonso, wasn't it?
I don't remember who it was.
I believe Fernando did something like that.
That's definitely drive of the day. Sorry, overtake for the day.
Crash of the day?
Not too sure what Sergio was doing at the start, being all like there's elbows out and then there's just trying to crash into people.
He was bored.
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Look at him, he's like, oh yeah, we raced today.
But no, I think it was a good race. I'm happy with my predictions. It's good to see that 2022 Formula 1 Championship is over. Because ain't no one catching Max.
5-second time penalty for Charles. Is he going to lose a position for that?
He just did because there was no way Fernando was more than 5 seconds behind him. And I'm not going to lie, there's a good chance that Esteban Ocon might have been within 5 seconds of him too. So they just tried to get... So I'm just going to...
Have they just changed the podium?
No, because Charles Leclerc didn't get on the podium.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just going to put this into perspective for you here, just for a second.
Ferrari's strategies.
You know how Ferrari always managed to find a way, and we think we just got through this race without them finding a way? So for them, they risk gaining 1 point and end up losing 5.
Just to get
One
fastest
point.
lap. And they had to fight for it too, and they didn't even get it.
He sped in the pit lane and still came out behind. In what possible scenario do you factor in 1 point when there's literally
no reason to do that?
2 laps to go for 1 point and you just cut...
Yeah, and you cost more.
How do Ferrari fans continue supporting Ferrari?
Honestly, though, that is a bit of a joke. Like, you're happy in where you are.
Do you know what I reckon it was?
Oh,
it would have been like, ring ring. Hello, Matteo Bonotto. Hey, Matteo, it's the end of the race. You just haven't fucked up. Hang on.
I can change that.
Like, there's
and he gets the penalty.
2 laps to get. Now, okay, the penalty is Charles Leclerc's fault.
But he would have been rushed.
He wouldn't be put in that situation if he
just kept racing like normal.
What was he in? 5th?
Yeah.
That's still 10 points.
Happy days. And now he's in what?
8,
7th?
8 points, yeah.
He's in 7th.
So now Alpine has just gained 2 spots. Well, Esteban will go up 1. It really comes down to if Esteban was within 5 seconds. But the fact that Esteban was in the background when they were coming out of the pits.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty darn confident he would have been within 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Fernando, definitely.
Yeah.
They were pretty much... But I think Esteban may have actually, gotten...
Damn, that was Perez's 20-second podium career.
Yeah, so
podium.
Max has more wins than he does. And he's got over 200 race starts in Formula 1.
Perez?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because he had 192 races before he won.
Alonso in 5th.
Okay,
Charles
so Leclerc, so Esteban must have been more than 5 seconds. But who's number 10? Yes.
Alexander Albon. That was a horrible high five.
Yeah, okay, so...
Yeah, that was better sound.
It was an okay race. At the end of the day, I'd give it
like a 6.7 out of 10.
No, it's got to be from 5 because it's always when you go to rate the race, it's out of a 5-starer.
3.4.
Yeah, I think the 3.
It wasn't the best race because as soon as Max got that position and absolutely rocketed into the lead, the race was over. Not much happened after the first lap. I
actually didn't get to see his race start at all.
Out.
Like I in no way, shape, or form did they actually show his start. Like I have so much to catch up on in this race.
The race highlight's going to be absolutely hectic.
From just like, I can't wait to see what the hell Lewis has said about the thing at the start because I know he's spoken to the cameras. We just haven't heard it yet.
Because we're muted right now.
If you guys do have any suggestions or feedback about anything that we may need to change, we do have the intention that it's not going to be this heavily camera focused next time.
Like, if you flick over to the other tabs, we do have we just only recently got access to a timing sheet that we might have like here.
I haven't actually looked at them to see what they look like when they went live.
Yeah. Because then everyone else will be able to see who's in what position and whatnot, because that should technically be live updating. That's not live updating.
It might be because the race is over, so it's not going to live update anymore.
Yeah.
But we do have every intention to continue bringing in new things to make these streams a bit better. Obviously, if you guys are unaware, we do a podcast. Feel free to come check us out on the podcast if you enjoyed the watch along.
That's where we just talk junk about anything and everything.
Yeah. Talk about anything and everything. But I enjoyed this. We will fine tune the watch along a little bit. This is literally the first one.
Personally, we enjoy Formula One, and we probably would have watched it regardless.
Yeah, we would have.
But now you think about it, like, why not get more people involved? It's like having a party, a watch party.
I think we need to be able to listen in some way, shape, or form to
Yeah.
get information about things that we can't hear about.
Yeah.
That was funny about Maximus crashed at the end.
We had the ideas of having some wireless headphones, like one in each ear, so we could actually listen to it, see what's going on. I think that will be the next step. And then having some displays of, like, this side having the racing tree, maybe a map in the corner, or maybe in the middle somewhere.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like, if the map was to go here,
depending on what we have access to.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking as well to compress the camera down. Oh, we don't. We'll figure this out. We're not going to have this conversation on the stream. I'm going to do that. But congratulations to Max Verstappen for winning the 2022 Spa. He did win last year as well.
Congratulations to Perez for getting a podium.
Perez,
my boy.
Second place. Sainz, third place. George Russell, fourth place. Fernando Alonso, fifth place. Charles Leclerc, sixth place. Esteban Ocon, seventh place. Who was in eighth?
All I care about is the fact that Alexander
Albon was in ninth.
Was in...
Sorry, 10th. Sorry. Who was eighth and ninth?
Alonso?
No, Alonso was
higher.
fifth. Esteban Ocon was seventh. Eighth place was Lando. No, Lando was.
They're sitting there watching his crash.
Oh, well, then that's the thing though. They wouldn't be able to get to see anything of anything until this particular moment here. I love the cool down rooms. I'm really, really glad they brought them back.
Like, it sucks they're normally muted though.
Yeah, that's because sometimes they're talking about things that
you can't really.
The world isn't supposed to hear them or. Who's stopping Max? Like
no one.
No one.
It's set in stone.
Like, and you got to think, like, he's already won the world championship, and the amount of things he would have learned. They're laughing at him about him doing the skid. Amount of things that he's now learned.
Yeah,
like drives like today, and how he always crashed into Lewis, and like.
Yeah. Now he's staying nowhere near him.
I think Max Verstappen is very well going to break almost all Formula One records.
He's the next big champ.
He very well could have 8 world championships. He could be the one.
If he keeps this up,
and it's weird. I'd be okay with him beating Michaels.
Yeah.
I'm not okay with Lewis. I'd be okay with Max breaking Michaels 7. Not Lewis the 8th. But I think that's because I came into Formula One like 2017. Drive to Survive, like a lot of us sort of have.
And Lewis was already
dominant.
Yeah.
I came into the sport when he was already winning everything. So he's the natural nemesis for anyone that's the underdog, which happened to be
Max at the time. Yeah.
When I was coming in.
That makes sense.
It's going to be my boy Oscar coming in and dethroning everybody and having a 100% win record on every single Formula One track he's ever stepped foot on.
I don't know if that's going to happen.
We'll see. But in all, congratulations to all the drivers. It was a pretty decent race. Why did they introduce... Oh, I thought I had second and then...
And he's coming up in second. It's like, that's not what position he came in.
Hopefully they can at least get the right names on...
Oh my god, yeah, that was gold. They're like, Perez for Ferrari first. Huh? Excuse me?
Oh man, what am I... Yeah, good race still.
Fantastic race.
But saying that...
We end it now.
Thank you very much to every single one of you guys for checking out these streams. These streams are generally going to be whenever the race is on. We have 8 races to go. Thank you very much for all the love and all the support. Appreciate you guys.
Cowabunga.
Keep an eye out for the In My Opinion stream or any other uploads. Make sure you turn notifications on. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the race just as much as we did, and we appreciate you guys hanging out with us for it.
The next will be set up better.
Until then, guys, we'll see you later.
Bye-bye.